infant stage of Zerfina's life. We're 4 years old now. We still don't have an occupation. Luckily, she's still single. I don't think I'd be able to handle it as a father if she was dating someone at the age of 4. And I'm Papa Zerf. I'm actually going to be Papa Zerf in the next several months. So we found out it's going to be a girl. So you guys are giving me a little bit of experience, helping me get some parenting in before I get some parenting in. So, yes, you have to show us what sort of nightmare it is. It's like to have a child. The funny thing is that by the end of last episode, chat was so invested in Zerfina's well-being that they were making all the right decisions, at least as far as I could tell. Some people were doing troll votes, but not too many. Yes, chat was being cool. But who knows how long they'll keep that up for, because when the teenage years hits, they might get rebellious. So, let me just move things over a little bit here, because I have to sit to the side with this new mic setup. I gotta get my keyboard over here and everything. So, what we'll be testing here, and there's a few people in chat to give it a try now, I've set up a new poll system. And if I type in poll start and then a number, like 80, you can vote somewhere between 1 and 80. I'm going to vote for 20 or 34. So everybody can vote here for whatever. Ooh, 69. You can vote for whatever you want to vote for. And at the end of 30 seconds, it will tell me, hey, the poll has ended. And then when I say results, it will tell me the results, which is pretty good. And actually, I can see on my screen all the votes and everything right now. It actually shows me all 80 lists. And the poll has ended. So what are we going to do here? We're going to say results, and there's going to be a 4-way tie. Ooh. Let's initiate the tie-breaking routines. Beep, 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 ping pong. The winner of the tie is option 34. So, hey, I won. But that's how it's going to work. Yes, it is rigged. So, unfortunately for Bean, if Bobo ends up on here tonight, she's not going to be able to make the tie breaks because we have our own tie break routine, although I could turn it off. It isn't, in fact, actually rigged, and I'm not going to be voting during the actual gameplay. But let's go ahead and look at the life spheres of Zerfina. Age 4, occupation none, relationship single. Her calmness is a low 38. Her confidence, though, is a high 90. Expressiveness is an 80. Her familial ties are 79. Her gentleness is only 42. Oh, she's a rough kid. Her happiness, though, is 87, which is pretty good. Intelligence is 96, 4 off being a perfect score. So, when we have intelligent rolls, we'll very likely pass them. Our physical is only 60. It's above average, but, there's still some chances in there to break your legs or whatnot when we're doing stuff. Our social score is 96, which means we should be able to make friends and influence people. Our thoughtfulness, 78. We're a thoughtful kid. Our trustworthiness is only 48, and our vocational is 50. It'll be that for a while. And the reason why these are important is because even if you make a decision, if you let a stat get too low, you'll fail anyways. If your trustworthiness is too low and someone tries to trust you with a secret and you choose keep the secret, if your trustworthiness is too low, the game might say, you try your best to keep the secret, but it gets the better of you. We can't help but tell Susie what happened. And then you get the bad end anyways. So we have 0 cash, 0 debt, and no acquisitions yet. That brings us back to this. So we are about to get started on the, I guess it's the childhood stage of life. So let's go ahead and, how do I close this? There we go. Oh, they put it right next to the alert window. We weren't born into debt. It depends on the country you're from. So, continue. We're going to continue this game and see what life brings us. Insert disc 1, label side down. Okay, so Control N or Alt N should get us that. It did not. Oh, I don't have the window in focus. Alt N. Oh, these aren't in a good order at all. It loads them in reverse order. All right, so 1B is the disc. Continue. You see, we'll get our little load light going on there on our little disk drive down below me. Welcome to childhood. Come, let's to bed, says Sleepyhead. Tarry a while, says Slow. Put on the pot, says Greedy Gut. We'll sup before we go. Nursery rhyme by Anonymous. I've never heard that one before. And look at all the options we have now. So this will just tell us we're 4 years old, and there's all kinds of things that life has to offer. If you weren't with us last time, as we pick each of these events, we will be given a short description of something going on in our life. And we'll be given the description from the point of view of the child. If it's something we haven't seen before, for example, a dog, the first time we saw our pet dog, we were informed that a very hairy man had entered the room, and he's making loud noises at you. And you get to decide what to do based on your small-minded outlook on life. So here's an example. And then you get to pick a mood, and you get to pick what you're going to do about it. Mom has just taken a job that requires her to be away in the morning and early afternoon. She decides to enroll you in a nursery school program. When you get there, you are greeted by a lady with very skinny legs and large, round glasses. There are children playing with buckets of sand, building blocks, and toys. There's a small girl sitting in a corner with tears streaming from her face. She has a runny nose and red cheeks from crying. Hey, lady. So, what is our mood going to be? And this is where I just get to go. Pull start. 3. So, number 1 is excited, number 2 is sad, number 3 is angry. Place your votes for what mood you wish Zerfina to be in this situation. You've got 30 seconds to just type in a number, 1, 2, or 3. We're getting a little bit of a split vote so far. Oh, geez! Well, now anybody that wants to vote, they will have all of the power in the world because they will be breaking a tie. Otherwise, we'll be up to the random number generator over on the laptop. Oh, looks like 3 is pulling ahead. And this is what's interesting, too, is I guess people can swing the votes by looking at the votes as they happen this time. I'm going to try to, in the future, get this set up to work with buttons, but the chat API is way easier to work with for a beginner, which is what I am. So, let's check out the results. Although we can kind of tell what they're going to be already. The winner is option 3, with 2 votes. So we can cry, walk over, and try to make friends, or give the lady with skinny legs a kick. This second one might not work the best. Oh, well, I would appreciate the help. Lethal's been helping me as well with it, so hopefully, as I slowly learn Python, things are getting a little bit easier to do. So we're going to just go ahead and pull start 3 again. It makes it easy to do, and I can just press up twice to get it back. And how are we going to handle our life? Are we going to cry angrily, join the girl? Maybe we'll make friends like that. Are we going to give the lady a kick? That's number 3. People seem to be enjoying that so far. You either want to cry angrily or angrily make friends. So we've got a 2-way tie so far. And the one downfall of my program, too, is that at the current time, things don't really happen unless a chat thing happens. So luckily people are chatting enough that it doesn't matter too much. Results are in with 2. There's a tie. What's going to happen? Option 1, we're going to angrily cry. Give a good anger cry. Oh, I don't know how to respond appropriately to that combination of choices. That makes no sense. Oh, geez. You can cry angrily. Well, there was one other tie option, and we'll go ahead and give it a go because that's how things work around here. Yeah, I know. The game really didn't make sense there. What a nasty little girl. I bet you chose this because you thought you might hit her. She avoids your kick and places you firmly on the floor. Next, she reads you the riot act. You will behave appropriately. There will be no kicking. Misbehavior will be dealt with severely. This lady is all business. They don't call her Old Iron Shins for nothing. Well, now. We didn't seem to get a rise or fall in any of our things here. Oh. Somebody's excited for gold. Oh, yeah. You don't hear it on stream. Jeez. That is an issue. Oh, do you know what's probably the problem? Let me get into OBS. I was recording, and I will give you a free run at that, Grimmeth, because I'm all for not ripping people off here. So, what the heck is it playing through? It's probably this desktop audio. Interesting, but stupid that it was turned off. So where's Cashman? He is this button.
Hello!
You should
I'll
be able
give
to
you
hear it this
cash.
time.
I'll give you cash. I love gold, and I'll give you cash because I'm the cash man. I'll give you money for your gold. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Now we got it working. All right, so Grimmeth, welcome to the chat. You're going to get to vote in chat.
Sexy pose.
What, like that?
Hey, it tells me who pushes the button now. That's great. I got to put this window in a place that I can still see it too. Yeah. Haha. No more trolls pressing buttons without people finding out. That's interesting. I just upgraded to the new version because last time it wasn't staying connected. So let's get into it. You know what? Let's take this little dead end one first. Let's see what happens. I'm your father, but I'm also fate. I'll choose what you're going to be interacting with. An exciting movie is on television. The whole family is in the living room watching it. You get up to get a drink of water and return to find mommy sitting in your spot next to daddy. All right, folks. How do we feel about this? Do we feel defeated or devious? Poll start 2. All right, so type 1 if you feel defeated. Type 2 if you feel devious. And we'll see what sort of thing is going to happen. Oh, people seem to be feeling quite devious right now. And like I said, the one downfall of this is the way I have it in chat is everyone can see how you're voting. Don't give in to defeat. I also should set this up so that the little timer shows or something. No, well, no one can whisper. Do you know what? I could have probably set that up. Let's go ahead and find out what the results of this poll are. With 4 votes, it's option 2. We're feeling devious. All right, so there's 3 options here now. So we'll get all 3 going. I plan on eventually having it set up with buttons, although I would have to limit it. Because right now I could put poll start 10,000, and you could vote up to 10,000. That's the way I programmed it, but I don't think that you would want that many buttons to try to program onto your screen. The only problem with whispering is I feel like it would be a little bit less noticeable for people as they watch to figure out how the voting works without someone explaining it every time they come into the channel. Although if you have a bot, I suppose you could have it whisper to them. Hey. Oh, there was a tie between 1 and 3. Here comes the tie break. Option 1. We're going to sit down quietly in the corner in a devious way. I feel like... Oh, your whisper did work, eh? Interesting. Let me see, actually, because it'll tell me. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely your whisper worked. So it's probably going to tell us this doesn't work. So, as I said last time, if there was a tie and the first part of the tie doesn't work, we're going to tell Dad the doorbell's ringing. Hang out with Mom. You don't think that old Dad will fall for that ancient trick, do you? He acts like he believes you for a second, then asks Mom to answer the door. She ignores him. Lame. All right, let's move along to the next one. So, there you go. If you choose to keep your vote silent, if you want your anonymous vote, you can whisper to the chatbot instead, and it will know what you said. Your mother is...
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Was a... Oh, there is another visitor, too. Your mother is in the bathtub, taking a nice, relaxing bath. You are playing quietly in your room. All of a sudden, the doorbell rings. Mom doesn't seem to hear it. All right, folks. How do you feel? Are you, number 1, all grown up? Number 2, resentful? Or number 3, nonchalant? Daddy Zerf is at work, making that paper. I do like this too because there's a nice little hidden aspect of it now from people whispering to the chatbot. You'll never know how they're messing with it. I know by looking down because I can see as the votes come in. I'm glad I kind of installed that feature because I did like watching the results as they came in through the polls. So without a vote, I could still do that. So this is the one downside of the thing is that I'm going to have to just be like test. And now it will tell me the poll ended. So I got to get that part fixed. And there's another tie. 2 votes each. We got to get a fifth person voting here to kind of try to break these ties up. And the winner is number 1. So we're going to feel... Oh, no. The winner is number 1. So we're going to feel all grown up. And now, what are we going to do about feeling all grown up? Are we going to answer the door? That's what grown-ups do. Are we going to ignore the doorbell? That's what some adults do. Are we going to tell mom? Maybe that is the most responsible option. There seems to be an overwhelmingly number of 2s here. Hey, Bobo, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yes, well, there's a problem with the email alerts right now. There was a tweet that went out, but I didn't at Bobo the Vulture it. It's not too late. You could still vote. 1, 2, or 3. Just type it in chat. Yeah, you know what? You look away and they grow up just like that, Bobo. The poll has ended. Let's find the results. The winner is option 2 with 3 of the votes. Although there were votes for every single one of the options this time. We are just over... You didn't miss very much. We've done about 2 things. There were probably 4 in a couple months. I'll check it out right after this one. So we are going to ignore the doorbell. I don't know how to properly respond to that. Apparently adults don't ignore the doorbell. All right, so I guess we're going to still act all grown up. But you're only going to be able to choose between options 1 and 2. 1 is answer the door, and 2 is tell mom, although... I have a feeling the game is going to try to force us to answer the door if we're all grown up. So 1, answer the door. 2, tell mom. Number 3 doesn't work. So don't get fooled by the 3 options showing on the screen. You can't vote for number 71. The program is set up to ignore your foolish answers. It also will ignore if you try to vote more than once. Yeah, that's dumb, though, because, like, I mean, a grown-up attitude is not to do things you can't handle. Well, the winner's option 2. We're going to try to tell mom. If this doesn't work, you guys are stuck with your mood of being all grown up and answering the door. You can't be that grown up if you have to rely on mom to answer the doorbell all the time. This set of choices doesn't make too much sense. Okay, so you guys painted yourself into a corner with your... Oh, no! You guys, I guess, just got shot down. You're not very grown up, after all. Let's work our way up the chart here. Your mother has just informed you that a new pile of clothes has arrived from Aunt Doris's house.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished indeed. Her daughter, Henrietta, has been giving you her disgusting, skeevy, putrid, gross, ugly, grungy, moth-eaten, flea-bitten, nerdy hand-me-downs for years. This batch contains a pink flowered pair of pants. The flowers are bright green and yellow. A blue and orange ruffled blouse, and a dress that looks like it was donated to the Salvation Army 300 years ago. Thanks for the host, Grimmeth. I gotta come up with a sound for that. I don't know. I got Max Headroom there for some reason with a Max Headroom on his shoulder. At the time, it seemed like a good gif, but I don't even know what it means. How do we understand what nerdy is at this age? Psh, did you see some of the kids using computers back then? Hey, Bo, thanks for the host as well. All right, so continue. What are our options here? What are we going to feel like? Are we going to be number 1, mad, number 2, sneaky, or number 3, neutral? Poll is open. Place your votes. And in case I forgot to mention to any of the newcomers, you can whisper at the chat bot your vote as well and keep it anonymous. That's why you'll sometimes see fewer votes in chat than actually appear. Yes, secret ballot. You don't have to. I mean, it's you can go around telling everybody how you voted, but you don't have to. Yes, Alter Ego does get pretty preachy. I missed that little bit of chat earlier. You're neutral on this part, eh? Well, that's number 3. Feeling neutral. So let's get the results here. The winner is option 3 with 2 votes. Interesting. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick neutral. And how are we going to behave in our neutrality? Number 1, are we going to absolutely refuse to wear the clothes? Or number 2, dispose of the clothes. Wait, dispose of the clothes Or 3, wear the clothes. There we go. You have to put the slash before the W. Or it doesn't count. It is waiting on chat input. And that's the problem. And you know what? Lethal and I are probably going to touch base on it sometime this week because he offered to give me some bonus help with it. So hopefully that works. Oh, you were too slow. You should have said 3, then my anonymity. Anonymity. Let's see the results. Poor Bobo. Well, there's a tie. We know Bobo was going to vote for 3. But it looks like Zerfbot doesn't care what Bobo was going to vote. The Tiebot said 2. Tiebot wins, Bobo. It placed a trap card face down in the graveyard, and you fell for it. You are not calm enough to be able to pull this off with an air of nonchalance. You are nabbed as you are disposing of the clothes and grounded. Oh, you almost got away with it, but we are not a calm enough child to do it. They saw our shifty eyes. So that's the first instance in this game of our stats getting the better of us. Speaking of which, so you wanted to know how old we were, Bobo, and you didn't see a recap of our stats. So here's how we're doing. We're Zerfina. We are now 5. A year has passed. We have no occupation. We're single. Calmness is 44. We are below the threshold. Confidence is 90. Expressiveness is 80. Familial ties are 79. Gentleness is 30. We are not a gentle child. We kicked our daycare provider in the shins, or at least attempted to, but she was too swift for us. Our intelligence is 96. Our physical is 60. Social is 87. Thoughtfulness, 78. Trustworthiness, 44. And our vocation is 50. We are not gentle. We are brutal. We're the brutalest child for the most... the darkest of Let's Plays. All right, we're going to get some heart in here. Your mother has just reminded you that it's time to practice your piano lessons at age 5. How do you feel about piano? I feel like I know how drumming feels. He says, ew, piano. And instantly votes 3, mad. So, go ahead and place your votes in there about how you feel about piano. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people like ragtime. They want to play some jams on their piano. I'm going to just open that window, give me a little light in my life. So.
Apologize to Ken. In hell.
I wonder, do you know what? I can probably just whisper at myself here. Do it. No, that didn't work. It has to be a chatbot. There we go. So sometimes I'll have to whisper at the chatbot just to get the poll to end. But the winner is option 3 with 2 votes. We're mad. We mad. So how are we going to handle this? Are we going to angrily do the lessons? Or are we going to complain? Number 1 is complain. Number 2, do the lessons. Lord Revan wants to jam on those keys with a fierce passion of anger. You know what? Maybe that'll make us a virtuoso. Every artist out there has a little bit of anger in their hearts. That's what you did as a child? You just angrily complied? Oh, Erdenshire wants to be a Hellraiser. I mean, we aren't a very calm child, and we aren't very good at not being angry. How will I deal with our daughter complaining angrily about the piano lessons, Zerf? Well, I paid for that, so she's going. Let's see if that's what we're doing here. Yes, option 1 with 2 votes. We're going to complain angrily. Or Zerfina is, anyhow. How will that work out for her? Oh, a lot of loading for this one. Why do you have to take these stupid piano lessons? Your mother echoes back. You have to take these stupid piano lessons because your father and I paid a fortune for this piano and the lessons that went with it. Because of your begging, she continues.
Destroy him, my
Yes.
robot.
Zerfina has been destroyed by mother. Jaxors has taken her to town. Now practice! You have a recital next week. Oh, it's still loading stuff up. You practice some scales and then get down to serious business. You have a recital next week, you know. How do you think it will go? Well, now. Do you think your recital will go well or not well? See, we do have confidence. Remember that. And if you have confidence in yourself, you'll go far in life. So perhaps it would be best to get cocky. Yeah, see, she the best. We'll see. We'll see if that pays off. Up all night to get cocky. Don't stay up all night before the recital, though. No matter how excited you are. That might make things worse. Oh, and we got at least 2 secret voters, which is nice. I'm just going to do this here. Boom. Poll is ended. Let's get the results. Option 1 with 4 votes. It will go well. You are very confident, but you have a very strict mother who makes you nervous. As you prepare to go on stage for your recital, you can see her staring at you with her arms folded. You can hardly pay attention to the sheet music. With characteristics like these, you will probably grow up to be a super achiever who never seems satisfied with her own performance. Well, there you go. Didn't really tell us how well it went, though. Oh man, this is like a weird side quest path here with lots of danger. After we get a couple of these in, I'll let you guys vote on if you want to follow the side quest. But are still hungry. Your mom has promised that she will fix your doll's torn arm. She's talking on the phone, so she's not really doing anything. Now seems like a good time to remind her. How do you feel about this? How are you going to get your mom to do what you want? Are you going to be annoying? Or are you going to be patient and sweet? Are you going to be straightforward? Or are you going to be manipulative? We got a mixed bag of votes here. A mixed bag indeed. Oh, lots of votes coming in. Secret votes, not so secret votes. For those of you just joining us, you can whisper at RoboZerf a number, and he will count your vote still if you want to toy with chat and not let them know how you are voting. The poll has ended. Let's get the results. The winner is option 2 with 3 of the votes. So how are we going to handle this here, guys? We're going to patiently and sweetly tap mom on the leg. Or we're going to make the TV loud to attract her attention in a sweet and patient manner. Or we're going to leave mom alone. Oh, the votes are coming in pretty quick. People are looking to leave mom alone. I think maybe people are like, you know what? If I had a kid, I wouldn't want them bothering me while I was on the phone. That's how I'll vote. Although the secret votes are coming in too, and not everybody is voting for 3. Do you know what? If you've got a kid and they're a little bit annoying, but they don't bother you while you're on the phone, you might find yourself on the phone sometimes. So let's check out the results. With 3 of the votes, we're going to leave mom alone. Are we going to be rewarded with a new doll, maybe, for being such a good girl? Your patience pays off. When your mom finishes, you ask if she will fix your doll. She is feeling so relaxed that she asks you to go on a little trip with her. She not only fixes your doll, but takes you out and buys you a new friend to keep your doll company. Ah, well played, chat. You've got 2 dolls now. That should be in our assets full column. 2 dolls. We're going to have a doll party. Oh, now we can make baby dolls. So here's the question, chat. You can vote 1 or 2. 1 is yes, 2 is no. If you want to do this side path or just continue up the main story. So 1 is side path, 2 is main story. This is your one chance to do the side path, or I'm going to move it along. We spend favors and riches getting these. Well, there are people voting. They're just not making their voices heard. People don't seem to want to choose their own adventure in this case. And because of that, with 1 vote, You're distracted looking at Python stuff now. With 1 vote, and they know who they were. Option 2. Option 1 was taking the side path. Option 2 was just moving on in life. This might not be a bad idea because these two things may have resulted in a damaging life. Could have broken a leg. Could have broken her skull. And lost lots of intelligence. You can lose intelligence in this game from getting injured. What, you feeling stuff? Oh. Jaxor's is eating a snack and it's woken the baby up and she's feeling little pokes in her belly. How cute. Oh, she could actually see the little poke happen. That's interesting. You can lose intelligence from early binge drinking too. That's absolutely correct. One of your playmates is the son of your mother's friend. His name is Vincent. One day, while you and Vincent are alone, you become very curious about one another. Vincent suggests that you play a make-believe game of Doctor. How do we feel about this situation, chat? This is a very important early life development thing. Do we feel, number 1, shy, or number 2, bold about this doctor? Oh, Skitz is bold. If things stay this way, only his vote will count. We'll see just how this plays out. Ah, well, interesting. Interesting stuff. So, let's get the results. Option 2 with 100%, 2 of the votes. So, I'll be the doctor and you can be my companion. Ah, Bobo wants to play the doctor. All right, let's go ahead and start up another poll here. 3. Number 1, say, let's play house instead in a bold manner. Number 2, say, I'll be the doctor first. Or number 3, say, you can be the doctor first. Don't vote yet. You have to wait for the vote line. Now vote. Get back in there, Erdenshire. There you go. I do like that that some people are keeping their votes secret, though. Very interesting. Yes, getting out of yourself. There's the people voting in the whispers are being secret tiebreakers. They wield so much power. The poll has ended. Let's get the results. The winner is option 2 with 2 of the votes. I'll be the doctor first, we say. Or Zerfina says. She better not get into too much trouble. Vincent says, it is my game, and I want to be the doctor first. You can agree or quit. You should get Bean to keep whisper voting whatever you want to break the things. So, let's get the poll going here. Number 1, agree. Number 2, quit. This ain't your ball. You can't just take it and go home. Yeah, Vincent is being kind of a bish. I'm assuming you're saying bish, Bobo. Oh, and everybody is on board with this. I forgot how long the votes truly were. Maybe you guys only need 20 seconds. And the results are in. The winner is option 2 with 4 of the votes. F that guy. If he doesn't want to let us go first, he can't play doctor. Takes 2 to tango. Vincent says, you are being a big baby. I don't want to play with you anymore. And walks off in a huff. Psh, whatevs. Go play with your ShamWow, Vincent. He was just trying to set up a moment where he could say, watch this. You're going to love my nuts. Soap opera star Rex Xavier de la Ponda, Dr. Ronaldo Benini on Animal Hospital, will be appearing at the record store in town to sign autographs and look for a child actress to play a kidnap victim in an upcoming episode. Every one of your friends will be there, especially Christine Hobbs, who has taken 6 years of acting and ballet lessons. Impressive for a 6-year-old. This is finally your chance to meet the hunk of all hunks, Rexavier de la Punda. Why do we think he's such a hunk at the age of 6? I don't know. If only Mom would drive you. How do we feel? So, option 1, hysterical. Option 2, interested. Or option 3, not interested. No. I mean, I would hope my little girl wouldn't get hysterical over a soap opera star. Those guys suck. Way overacting. But maybe acting hysterical is exactly how you get the role. And we're going to have the option here, depending on how we vote, to ask Mom, beg Mom, or stay home. I feel like if you're interested at all, they're not going to let you just stay home. The poll has ended. What are the results? There's a tie with only 1 vote each. You guys are letting chat down here. You don't want to be hysterical. It's an animal hospital. They use hysterectomies there for people. The winner of the tie is number 1. We're acting hysterical. How are we going to deal with our hysterics? Are we going to ask Mom to take us, beg Mom to take us, or just stay home? Staying home in a hysterical fashion, of course. Running around the house. Being crazy. Get your votes in now, people. Just sit on the couch and watch in hysterics. Well, it looks like the results are almost already in before... with 3 of the votes, we're going with option 2, beg Mom to take us. Let's go ahead and continue here. Your mother is the strict type. She gives you a flat no and makes sure you have something to do, so you don't sneak off with your friends. Boo! Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Jack Soares. We're never going to be a star in the soap operas now. Mom didn't let us go to the record store to get an autograph. All of chat is mad at Mom. Let's see. What's happening in our... what are these ones again? They're school? No, they are familial ties. You have just been ordered to bed by your parents in the middle of a favorite TV show. Yes, I'm Zerf Dad. I'm sorry. I have to back Jack Soares up on this one. You shouldn't be going to this. Are we angry or desperate? There's no other option. You can't just be nonchalant about going to bed. Nobody likes going to bed. So far in chat, people are desperate to stay up for just a few more minutes. My niece was desperate to stay up for a few more minutes one time. She kept saying to Dad, just 5 more minutes, just 5 more minutes. And it was, my parents were in town. It was a special occasion. He said, I'll tell you what, you can stay up for 10 more minutes. And her response was, no, 5 more minutes. He was like, okay, 5 more minutes and you got to go to bed. She was like, thank you. So she had a bit of the old tunnel vision. The poll has ended. Let's get the results. Winner is 2. With 2 of the votes, we are desperate. How will we use our desperation to stay up? By complaining, by begging, or by whining? 1 complained, 2 beg, 3 whine. Skits wants to go for the old beg approach. That worked so well last time on Mom. I really gotta find. I gotta clean my desk up so I have room on my desk for the laptop. It doesn't have to be on the floor for me to check things. You don't think anyone will work on Mom, but maybe you're begging to Dad. So far, we have a 2-way tie. Let's get the results. A beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Ping pong. The winner is 2. We're going to beg for 10 more minutes. Begging makes your parents feel guilty. They let you stay up for 10 more minutes. Good job, folks. You've got them wrapped around your pinky finger. There is one more ice pop in the freezer that's being saved for another family member. Your mouth waters at the thought of this cool, tasty treat. How do we feel? Are we hungry or able to resist? Number 1, we're hungry. Number 2, able to resist. Yeah, you're piling it up. You're piling it up, guys. Jeez. Hopefully you're not saying this pop isn't for me, because I'd have to let you take it. Are you guys, it's a hot summer's day, are you able to resist this pop? Or are you hungering for it too much? Oh, geez. There was secret votes happening. Oh, enough secret votes to get this into a tie. Let's get the results here. How is RoboZerf going to handle this? The winner is 1. We are hungry. The more reasonable out there were trying to resist, trying to take Papa Zerf's final freeze pop. So, how are you going to handle this hunger? Are we going to eat the whole pop? Number 1. Number 2, take a bite out of the pop and leave the rest for whoever's supposed to be. Or number 3, leave it alone. Place your votes now, folks. I'd imagine you could probably try to hungrily leave it alone, but I doubt we would be able to resist. We're not a very calm child. And we're not very trustworthy either. And it's probably going to get a whole lot worse. Taking a bite only leaves evidence. If it's completely gone, there's a lot of evidence too, though. Oh, there was no leftover pop. I don't know what you're talking about. The poll has ended.
Hello! I'll give you cash. I'll give you cash.
Looks like
I
Toll
love
Panzer's
gold,
here.
And I'll give you cash because I'm the cash man. I'll give you money for your gold. Oh, yeah.
All right. The winner of the tie is number 1. Will I be keeping documentation on my freezer? You know what? Probably not. Because chances are, if any of my treats go missing, it was probably Jacksaurus. And if I pay too much close attention to it, I'll notice it all happening. Ooh. The pop is never discovered missing, and the matter is never brought up. You did get away with it. You are a sly, sneaky child. I didn't blame it on Jacksaurus. I just said she's often the one that is craving a cool treat. Your friends are all waiting for you to come out after school. You have a ton of homework, and you have been watching television since you came home. On your way out, your mother asks, "Did you do all your homework?" How are you feeling? Are you 1, honest, 2, dishonest, or 3, semi-honest? Type in chat how you feel about this. Toll Panzer, you're new to this episode of the stream, so you can type in chat, or if you so choose to have a secret ballot, you can whisper to RoboZerf ever so quietly a number. He will take that number, write it down, and put it down as a vote for you, regardless of your anonymity. Although it's not anonymous to me, I can look down and see who's voting for what. Yes, you have become enlightened in the ways of the vote. So as you can see in chat right now, there are 3 votes. But as the vote comes to an end, and we look at the results, there was a tie because there were 4 votes. The winner is number 3, semi-honest. Okay, we're going to live a semi-honest kind of life. Baby. Are we going to say yes, semi-honestly? We're going to say no, semi-honestly? Or are we going to say, I only have a little bit left? It seems to me, and as a father, you shouldn't lie and say no. But it seems to me that a semi-honest answer is, I've only got a little left. I haven't done any of it, but it was only a little to start with. And we'll see how the secret votes go here. Although people seem to try to be semi-honestly saying yes, which is a flat-out lie, you sneaky folks. The poll has ended. The winner is option 1 with 2 of the votes. Let's go ahead and say yes. I don't know how to respond appropriately to that combination of choices. Please try again. So you are stuck. You made your semi-honest bed. And as Bobo so rightly voted, I've only got a little left. The only possible outcome. Semi-honest is almost like semi-pregnant, your mother says. Finish what you have left before you go out. Ha-ha! I ousted you. This isn't a true democracy at all of anonymity. I'm the NSA here. I know everything. I'll tell what I want. I'll get a leak. I got WikiLeaks. I'm the NSA and WikiLeaks combined. Your best friend challenges you to a dress-up competition. See, the interesting thing is I've never played the female version of this game. So, I don't know what's happening in a lot of these things. The ones that are... I hate myself. In more ways than one, Bobo. In more ways than one. So, I don't know what a lot of these things are because some of them are the same. They happen all across the board, like the homework ones. Some of them, playing dress-up, are strictly a female thing, according to this game. Which says a lot about how this game sees things. So number 1, we're competitive. Number 2, we're reluctant. Oh, you can't make a sad face and then whisper. Also, your vote won't count if you just put a number at the very end of a bunch of typing. You're still sad. Oh, Bobo, he came in just after the poll. So unfortunately, it doesn't check for just a number in what you're saying. You're sad that you're flying. That's going to come down to that again. With 1 vote, number 1, we're competitive and not reluctant. All right, so we've got another further 2 options here, actually. We're going to turn down the offer and suggest a different game competitively. Or are we going to accept the challenge? I don't know. Are we asking for a challenge? There's your Homestar Runner reference for this question.
You may have something a little classier than a TV set called a
They are
monitor.
pretty classy, those monitors. 3. There is no 3. You can't vote 3. There's only 2 options. Option 1 is just very long and takes up 2 lines. There you go. This must be coming to a close rather soon. There we go. All right. Oh,
You're
hey.
pretty good.
Thanks for the follow. You're pretty good. Let's go ahead and get our results. Ooh, there's a tie between 1 and 2. The tiebreaker suggests that we turn down the offer and suggest a different game. Now, luckily for Erdenshire, that wasn't a possible outcome for some reason. I don't know why they give you possible outcomes that you can't choose. But we are going to have to accept the challenge. And that's what he voted for anyway, so that would have been the tiebreaker if he was fast enough on those keys. After several minutes of opposing, and make-believe dress-up. How do you do make-believe dress-up? Your friend points to your mom's closet and challenges you to some real dressing up. Ah. Now, here's the thing. We feel competitive, but how do we really feel? Option 1, accept the challenge. Option 2, tell her to do it first. Option 3, turn her down. And if you so choose, you can whisper at RoboZerf, and you want to keep your vote secret. Which a few people do. I have to turn that option off after midnight, though, because that's when we let it all hang out.
The Commodore 64 Family Pack is the best way I know to introduce your family to the world of the
You know what? It
future.
really is the best way to introduce your family to the world of the future. I mean, look at this game. Multiple choices, all kinds of endings. It's amazing. Let's get the results here. The winner is option 2. Tell her to do it first, with 3 of the votes. We're going to be a galactic trendsetter. She puts on a clingy black number and strikes a statuesque pose. She's so conceited. Now it's your turn. You can dress up or quit. What type of kid are we? Are we a quitter? No daughter of mine's a quitter.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
No daughter of mine's a quitter. You all better dress up. That is my advice. Even if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, at least win. Don't quit. Probably the best advice a father could give. Running down the timer here. It was a statuesque pose. Oh yeah, sexy pose you can't say right now. Okay, so let's get the results. Results. Sexy pose.
What, like this?
The winner is option 1 with 3 of the votes. What? Like this? You find 2 designer evening dresses and pull them on over your high heels. We're wearing 2 dresses. That makes them way more powerful. Rip? You guessed it. Rip Zerfina. Mom's going to be mad. You can put the dresses in the rear of the closet and hope for the best. Or tell your mom the truth about what happened. You cannot live a semi-honest kind of life this time. What are you going to do? Oh, split vote so far. It's people's options to be the tiebreakers. Now, our mom is pretty strict. If she finds out otherwise, she might be upset. She's also apparently a pretty good seamstress. And after this one, we're going to check out our stats to see how our familial ties are doing, because we've been butting heads with a mom and dad a little bit recently. The poll has ended. The results are in. Mom doesn't even wear them anymore. We're going to put the dresses in the rear of the closet and hope for the best. You avoid detection. For now. I don't know that ever comes back to haunt you, but maybe it does. Maybe one day you ask your mom to borrow a dress, and all she has is rags to give you. All right, I said I was going to check the stats, and I will do just that. Here is our life sphere status. Zerfina, age 7. Occupation none, status single. Calmness 40, confidence 93 is still up there. Expressiveness 80. Familial ties are 85. I think that is still a little bit higher. Our gentleness is down to a 30. Our happiness is 90. Our intelligence is 97. It's up by 1, actually. Our physical is 60. Our social is 87. Our thoughtfulness, 78. Trustworthiness is only 33. Our vacation is 50. We have no cash. We have no debt. And our dolls aren't showing in our acquisitions. Jeez. Life was so much simpler back then, wasn't it? On our wedding day, she discovers she has nothing to wear and doesn't attend. It's time to sell candy bars for school charity drive again. How do we feel? Are we motivated or embarrassed? Let's go ahead and start up a poll here. 1 or 2. 1, are we motivated to sell all of it? Or 2, are we embarrassed? And this sounds like one of the ones where we'll be able to choose either of the options afterwards. So far, people are being very capitalistic. They want to make that paper. Oh, yes. Capitalism, ho!
Hello!
Oh.
I'll give you cash.
Cash
I'll
man.
give you cash. I love gold, and I'll give you cash because I'm the cash man. I'll give you money for your gold. Oh yeah!
Apologize to Ken. In hell.
The poll has ended. The results are in. For some reason, it did not show up in chat. But the winner was option 1 with 4 of the votes. Very interesting, RoboZerf. Why didn't you tell me in chat that was the answer? Oh, do you know what? It showed up in this chat, but not that chat. Weird. Ah, good thing I have 2 chat windows open. All right, we are motivated. And how are we going to handle that? Are we going to do it all on our lonesome? Or are we going to ask Dad for help? Yes, RoboZerf is trolling MeatZerf. People are looking to enlist Dad's help so far. And you know what? I approve of this advice. I'll help you sell those candies. I love gold, and I'll give you gold for your candies.
The Commodore 64 Family Pack is the best way I know to introduce your family to the world of the future.
Motivated to take every possible advantage. Yeah, you see, you might as well. Why not take advantage of the resources you have in place? It is the world of the future, after all. The poll has. I see what happens here. I get a bit of a weird scroll happen as I say things in my chat on the left side. So, the winner is option 2. With 4 votes. Everybody went for help. Papa Zerf's help. Papa Zerf, Papa Zerf. What is it, Zerfina? What a team! You move from door to door with confidence, which we have, selling your whole box, selling 4 whole boxes in less than an hour. It's a powerful bonding experience that strengthens family ties. You also, you go out for an ice cream soda to celebrate your successful partnership. Yeah, we make a dream team. Zerf and Zerfina, tearing it up through the town. All right, now it looks like we're going to have to handle at least 2 physical challenges. What's going to happen? Dad and daughter team makes the best capitalists. It's true. While you're outside playing alone, a car pulls over to the side of the road and the driver motions for you to come over. You notice the license plate reads OBO 237. Oh, Bobo's got the right idea here. He has written down the license plate number already.
Apologize to Ken.
Oh, geez. I hope you guys aren't going to have to apologize to Ken in hell. That just might happen here. So, I mean, it's up to you guys what we're going to do. Poll start 2. Number 1, are we curious and helpful? Number 2, are we suspicious? Is this a stranger danger? Do we remember the lessons our fathers taught us? People are trying to put all of the 2s into chat right now. They are too concerned about Zerfina. They do not want anything bad to happen to her. Although, I did not start that poll right for some reason. Poll start 2.
Another
Why is this not
visitor.
happening?
Stay a while. Stay forever.
Hold on a second. Let me... There we go. What was I doing wrong? I don't know. It just wasn't responding for some reason. Okay, get your 2s in there. Get your 2s in there. We got to be suspicious. They might only be looking to do something, but the fact that we noticed the license plate makes me suspicious. Oh, geez. Yes, everyone's in on this. Nobody wants anything bad to happen.
Destroy him, my rebel.
Yes, this man will be destroyed. There we go. The poll has ended. Give us... Oh, I had a space before poll start. That's why it messed up. Let's get the results. The winner is 2 with 5 of the votes. All of the votes were for 2. There was no one trying to be a weirdo, a weirdo in chat. So we're going to suspiciously walk over or stay where we are.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
I mean, you could suspiciously walk over, but that seems like a bad plan to me. And it seems chat feels the same way. And I don't blame them. It's a pretty suspicious thing to be motioning little girls over to your car. The man was fleeing the zombie apocalypse. You get overrun when he leaves. Game over. That would be an interesting end to that chain of events. So the winner is option 2 with 5 of the votes. You've played this game and you're noping out. Fair enough. Use that insider information. If I could do it all over again, I'm sure I'd make some slight differences in my options. Buy that Apple stock, you know. He motions for you to come closer. He has a kind enough face. You hear him say that he's a policeman looking for a friend of yours. He asks if you will get in and help him find your friend. Do we walk/run away? And don't walk, run away. Do we get in the car or do we tell him, I can't do that, Dave? We might have a chance to get this guy arrested. We might have a chance to get this guy arrested without going in.
Hello. I'll give you cash. I'll give you cash. I love gold, and I'll give you cash.
What is your badge number? My
because
taxes pay your salary. Oh, we do have a mixed thing here. Some people want to interact, try to get them trick trapped. Some people want to just run. I mean, running away might just end it. Telling him you can't do that might get us a little more information on the situation. Or it might make him more desperate to try to trick us. How is it going to go? The poll has ended. What are the results? Ooh, 3 votes each. There's a tie between 1 and 3. Ping pong, the winner is number 3. RoboZerf has sided with him. He opens the door on your side. You turn to run away. You run quickly away from the man's car. He doesn't catch you, but if he had, your life would have ended. At home, you tell what happened. The police come and ask you if you noticed the license plate number. Do you remember it, Bobo? Scroll up for Bobo hacks. Bobo's saying 1. He remembers. I'm going to go ahead and just let Bobo take care of this one because he was smart enough to write down the license plate number. What was it? Let's scroll on up and use our Bobo. Or maybe, someone can just say it in chat and I'll just type it in. Let's scroll. We got to scroll pretty far here. Oh, I got to continue, do I? What was it? Here we go. This is easy. Easy. OBO 237. Correct. The man is wanted for child molesting and murder in 3 different states. He is caught and sent to prison. Good job, chat. What's our reward? A job well done. Oh, well. You guys are a hero in my books. Papa Zerf is proud of his little Zerfina. Yes. Do you know what? I'll play this one. Where is it? Oh, somebody got it before me. Perfectly played. I couldn't find my own damn button. No, I did not take you out for ice cream afterwards, though. you gotta stay slim and trim to stay away from this guy. There's more guys out there you might need to outrun. You've just turned off the television set and your room is pitch dark. Through the shadows, you notice your closet door is open, just a crack. You can almost see an image of a black hooded axe murderer squinting at you through the door. This is that post-traumatic stress from what we just went through. He is waiting for you to close your eyes and fall asleep. You were just watching SKS play Friday the 13th? In the quiet of the night, you can hear his hoarse breath, making deep gurgling sounds. You look away from the door, then look back. It's open a bit further than it was last time. And now the door is made of diamonds. If you can only make it to the closet and shut the door tight, you know he won't be able to get out and murder you in your sleep. The morning light will destroy him, so you won't have to worry about seeing him when you wake up. How do we feel? How do we feel about this, chat? Are we, number 1, afraid, or number 2, calm? And how will we handle it afterwards? But there's actually going to be 4 options here, which is good. And this is why I made my little thing more flexible. Because I knew there was going to be times when there were more than 3 options. So voting going, oh, quite a few votes. Coming in. It's getting close to a tie. The poll has ended. The results are in. The winner is option 2.
Destroy
votes.
him, my robot.
We've been brave enough for a bit. After last time. Well, we're calm. And you've got a poll here with 4 options. Option 1, pull the covers over your head. Option 2, get help. Option 3, sneak out of bed. Or option 4, just go to sleep and risk the axe murderer coming and getting you in the middle of the night. Oh, people are looking to be brave. Yeah, this would I can definitely hook you up with this, Bobo. Once we get a little chance to hang out outside of stream styles. And like I said, you might not have been here when I was talking about it, but hopefully we'll be able to get this running a little further. Or or running a little smoother, or getting it to be the actual buttons, which would be a little cooler, I think, but a little more complicated. And you know what? I could actually just set this up if I was available on Fridays, which I'm not during the day. I can put RoboZerf in almost any channel and run this little bit of code. I'm going to say hi to RoboZerf, though, so that he ends the poll. And get the results. Option 4 is the winner with 2 of the votes. There was a few votes for everything, but it got spread out. So we're going to go to sleep. Are we a calm enough child? You don't have much of an imagination, do you? You're only young once. You could be locked up for imagining these things later. So live a little. I do need to... You know what? I have... oh, they're just going to chide us for not being imaginative. I do need to program to do more things. He was originally my Scotty bot, but I've been using StreamJar instead, and I kind of like their features more. And actually, they were very helpful with their... I had some issues where when somebody followed it, didn't give him the wink and the gun. And I think it works again now. I don't know. Anyways, they were really helpful when I talked to them. So I'm a little bit cooler for them. So, on to the social aspect. That's true. I'll have to try to get RoboZerf to handle the... I gotta see if I can get it to get to my emails and just see when a donation comes in. I can just be like, we got a donation of X dollars, because the emails all look the same. You and your family are at a holiday get-together. Uncle Sam is sitting in the corner of the room, drinking from a funny-looking glass. He's the one that always kisses you and squeezes you hard whenever you see him. Creepy uncle. Oh, yeah. Mom says to mind him because he's your father's brother, but you don't like him. He always smells like whiskey. Here he comes now, calling out your name and saying you're his little darling. Oh, geez, new angle on the Cashman. Yep. Are we frightened and shy, or are we mad? All right, so here's our poll. 2 options. 1, frightened and shy, or 2,
The Commodore 64 family
mad and
pack
angry.
is the best way I know to introduce your family to the world of the future.
She may grow up terrified of man, or just untrusting, but that one special guy might claim her heart. Or lady, I don't know. Depends on how she grows up. Votes are coming in. Not much time left if you want to get that vote in. Although I don't think it's going to matter too much. Because people all seem to be angry about this. The winner is option 3. Or option 2. With 3 votes. We mad. So, let's start up another poll. Are we going to walk away or stand there and wait for him? Oh, it's nap time, eh? What calming music. But this music can't calm us enough. We angry, and we're getting out of there. And it looks like chat has made the decision. Although, the poll hasn't ended yet. People could swoop in and change the vote with their secret ballots. But the poll has ended now. We need some results. Labor could win in the end. Option 1. 3 of the votes. Everyone's voting publicly now. We're going to walk away. You're not letting that smelly old man near you again. Are we going to walk towards Mom or walk towards the bathroom? Poll start. 1 or 2. 1 Mom, 2 bathroom. How do you feel about getting away from this smelly old man of an uncle? What if Mom is in the bathroom? Yeah, the bathroom does seem like a bit of a risky choice. Although if it has a lock on the door, it might be the safe. Although being with Mom will definitely cause someone to think twice before doing anything too weird. If Mom is everywhere, she's in the bathroom. The question is, if Mom... Wait, this joke doesn't work in the third person. Never mind. The poll. It's Schrodinger's mom. Let's get the results. Winner is option 1 with 4 of the votes. If Mom falls in a forest, Mom can hear. Your mom sees you walking over but doesn't know what you are walking away from. She sees Uncle Sammy and thinks he is about to eat the rest of the food at the buffet table. He eats like a horse, Mom always says. She steers him away from the table and from you too. That was close. Well, Mom, there she is, helping us, doing the right thing for the wrong reasons. All right, this is our chance. Are we going to become stronger or are we going to get hurt? One day while you were playing with your best friend, she looks down at your legs and says, I can't believe how hairy your legs are. Haven't you started shaving yet? And we say, Bish, please. We're under 10. How do we feel? Anxious and self-conscious or confident? I will say one thing about Zerfina. She is a very confident little girl. But I'll let you have your vote. 1 or 2. Do what you want. But she don't take shit from no one. That's my girl.
Destroy him.
That's right. We're going to destroy her. Well, that's our virtual girl, yes. Also, Bobo, I don't know if you were there for that part of the exchange when Jaxors walked by, but let B know that Jaxors felt the baby give her a little kick. And not in the bladder this time, which is where the baby had been doing a lot of it. Yeah, a little karate baby. All right, let's get the results. Option 2 with 3 votes. We are confident. Chat is actually being very unanimous this time. So we have 3 options this time. Number 1, say you have started, but didn't do them today. Number 2, make a quick excuse. Or number 3, say you haven't thought of it yet. I mean, you can be confident and just be like, psh, don't matter to me. That's the number 3. Or you can be like, you know what, I didn't feel like it. That's not really an excuse, I guess. But, yes, not the bladder this time. Yeah, she was worried about not feeling anything. And then when we went and got an ultrasound done, the baby was totally positioned to just like, whenever it stretched out, it was just pressing its feet directly into her bladder. And there had been times where she'd be like, I've got to go to the bathroom. She'd go. And then 2 seconds later, I don't know why, but I got to go again. It turns out it was little Zerfina. Although I suppose I should let Zerfina make up her own online handle when she's of age. But until that day comes, she'll just be little Zerfina. Poll has ended. Let's get our results. Option 3 with 4 the votes. Say you haven't thought of it yet. I don't know how to respond to that combination. Please try again. Weird. That's very weird. You could confidently say that easily. All right, we're not going to not be confident, but you got to vote between 1 and 2 this time because the game is stupid. Monster CD XX. Only 2 X's. Don't worry. It's not too weird. Do you know what? I should give her a really terrible one, like a bunch of tildes and then Sethroth X Cloud 99294 tildes. She'll never get that joke. But if she ever starts playing Final Fantasy 11, she'll fit right in. Oh, 2017, yes. The poll has ended. Let's see our results. The winner is option 1 with 3 of the votes. Say you have started, but didn't do them today. Will our confidence and untrustworthiness get us through this situation? You are a convincing liar. Your friend changes the subject. I have serious 5 o'clock leg shadow. Yeah, she's gonna, if she takes after me, she'll be definitely making excuses for not shaving on a regular basis. All right. Oh, man, we got all sorts of stuff coming up here. And we got a path split that you guys will be able to vote on. But first, Mike Brady is always calling you names and stepping all over your nice shiny shoes. Today, he's carrying a large bag of groceries from the store. How do you feel? How do you feel? Are you mischievous? Or are you absorbed in more important things? Now, I have a feeling that vote 1 will influence vote 2. It seems like a 1-for-1 situation here. Oh, and people are divided on this. Are boys stupid and we don't want to bother with them? We're above all that. Or are we going to be getting some revenge? It's all chat. Oh, and the secret voters are definitely making their voices heard. Let's check the results. Surprise, surprise. It looked like a tie. But number 2 won with 3 votes. So, I mean, we'll put the poll in, but I have a feeling it's going to cause us to pay no attention to stupid boys if we are absorbed in more important things. Zed Power's here to try to change things up anyways, though. Give it the old shakedown. And Zed Power, just so you know, if you so choose, and you wish to be truly trollish, you can whisper RoboZerf to say 1, 2, or 3, or whatever number it is you want to vote, and he will count your vote regardless of whether you want to, of whether you put it public or keep it secret, keep it safe. Let's get the results. Option 2 with 3 of the votes.
Destroy him, my robot.
How old are we? You have a joke that may work. We'll check how old we are right after this one. You only risk Zerf telling each other. That's true. If there's a tie break and you tie break it to make it terrible, I might just oust you. You have much more important things on your mind, like how to get mom to let you join ballet, how to sneak in to see Friday the 13th, part 45. Look, topical joke. And why Mr. Johnson, the biology teacher, wears the same set of clothes for 10 days in a row. Grody. That's totally gross. Totes groats. Another reference to SKS's stream. All right, so we just ignored him. Here is our life sphere. And that probably changed one of our stats. That probably made us a little more calm or a little more something. We are currently 8 years old. Coming out in 2105 with Marty McFly's Jason. Marty McFly, a junior. We're 8 years old. We don't have a job. We're single. Our calmness is up to 40. It used to be in the 30s. Our confidence is at 95. It's down a touch, but not too much. Our expressiveness is 80. Our familial ties are 91. We are not a gentle child at all at 24. We are happy at 92. Very intelligent, but it's gone down a bit. We've made some poor decisions, apparently. But it's still an 87, pretty high. Our physical has been locked in at 60 for pretty much our whole lives. Our social is 89. Our thoughtfulness is 80. Trustworthiness is down to 30. And our vocation is stuck at 50. Zeros across the board for our acquisitions. And it's time to read our brain bumps. 7-year-old with hairy legs. Well, I mean, it is the future. It's the world of tomorrow. And the world is an effed up place. You are in the candy store buying candy with a $5 bill given to you by your mother. Your bill comes to 50 cents. The man gives you back change, but no dollars. How do we handle this situation? So, we have 3 moods to choose from here. We can be number 1, angry, number 2, confused, or number 3, content. He only gave us 50 cents for our $4.50 in change. People seem to be confused about it. And you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe we'll get more flies with honey. Maybe this man just made a mistake. Maybe he thinks he can take advantage of a child. There is always Jack Stores at home afterwards.
Destroy him, my robot.
Ooh. Chat wants to wreck him. Nobody expects the Zerfina Inquisition. The poll has ended. What are the results? With 4 votes. We're confused. Not everybody voted for that either, which is good. I like that votes spreading out a little bit. Keeps things interesting. So, a new poll. Poll start 2. Are we going to confront the man or have questions? Are we going to leave the store or question the man? So, number 1, because I worded that awkwardly. Number 1 is leave the store. Number 2 is question the man. The option, there is no write-in votes, Bobo. You cannot do that with this game. Confusedly leaving the store. And Zerfina's pondering nature. Zerfina pondering the nature of existence. Am I human or am I dancer? So far, most people seem to want to question the man. Where am I? I do like that you're offering up a number 4 because you let Bobo's number 3 also be canon. But our poll has ended. Let's see the results. The results are in. Option 2 with 5 votes. Page down. Let's get... come on, chat. We'll scroll down there. Jeez, my little pop-out chat window is kind of acting up. All right, so we are going to question the man in a confused manner. If the man tells you gave him a $1 bill, are we going to be content with that or disagree? I think I know how chat's going to vote for this, but I'll give you the option. Yes. Oh, hell nah. You're going to help computer and stop all these damn downloads. Bobo has come from the shadows. He knows. He's so confident in this vote that he's saying it publicly. And I feel like some people are just not going to bother to vote for this one because they're like, you know what? Chat can handle this. Yes on 2. Call Michael Trevor and Franklin in on him. The poll has ended. The results are in. We are going to disagree with this bit of a sack. He says, "Come on now, girlie, I told you. Now get out of here." How are you going to handle this? Now here's your chance to... We can argue with him more. We can go get help. Ooh, people are looking for help. We know Mama Jaxors or Papa Zerf are probably willing to lend us a hand. And you know what? Mama Jaxors knows that she gave us a $5 bill. And there's nothing wrong with pulling in the big guns when someone's wronged you this way, especially over so much money. I mean, this is actually the 80s. And it's $5. And we're like 8 or 9 years old. That's a ton of cash. I mean, our candy bill came to 50 cents. Do you know what? Mama Jaxors is the big guns. I was going to say Mama Jaxors and the big guns sounds like a pretty good band. She's jaxed to the maxed. And with all of the votes, we'll be getting help. Who do you go to for help? Get the policewoman on the corner or get mom? This actually is an interesting option. I don't know what the policewoman does. Some people seem to think the policewoman may be more powerful than our mother. Although, have you ever seen a jilted mom? Bobo feels this is not police work. Although, it is petty theft, is it not, Bobo? Sent him to prison like last time. I feel like either one of these may work. It's hard to really say for sure. And I do like the secret ballot because it keeps people guessing to the end. What is the result going to be? Now, there have been 5 people voting, though, so it might not come down to a tiebreak. But this time it has. Let's get the results. 2 votes each. 1 and 2. Beep, 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 ping pong. We're getting mom. Although policewoman may have sided on our side because we have a thing. Anyways, the man tells your mother, "The kid gave me a 1." An argument ensues. Your mother threatens to call the Better Business Bureau. Eventually, your mother gives up. Lame. Our mom knows we had a $5 bill. Policewoman works. The mom doesn't. Grow a spine, mom. Yes. Disappointed. Papa Zerf wouldn't let this happen. At least she knows the man was a crook. That's a very sad silver lining. More of a faded copper lining that's now green with oxidation. The girl who sits next to you in school just passed you a note folded tight in a tight square. She motions for you to read it. You look around the room. Mr. Hennessy, the meanest teacher in school, has his back to the class. How do you handle this? The note says, "Did you notice that Mr. Hennessy's underpants are pulled up so high you can see them right through his shirt? Your realization of this is enough to give you an uncontrollable case of the giggles. Do you fancy a bit of a giggle?" How does Zerfina feel? Is she curious and daring, or afraid and reluctant? Underwear truly is the highest form of comedy. This is an interesting one. I don't know what goes on in this one. I don't know. A lot of votes coming in. Well, a lot for a chat with a room with only. Oh, sorry. A little bit of nap time there. Why is there no option to narc? Interesting. I don't know why. But the winner with 2 of the votes is afraid and reluctant. All right, let's get another poll going here. And write a note back asking, I wonder if Miss Dumfrey gave them to him or crumple up the paper and throw it away. There's probably only one option that counts in this situation, but we'll see what chat decides to try. I mean, you can technically reluctantly write a note, but I feel like you'd get caught in a reluctant style. Man, this camera used to have better contrast. I wonder what's up with that. I wonder if that's in my dang settings. What if I go in here and go to my configure video as the chat does their stuff? Advanced settings. Oh, right, that's a good thing. We got here brightness. Maybe that's a little better. Contrast up a little. Whoa, ah, what are you doing? That's no good. Color intensity. That's a little bit better there, a little less washed out. I maybe need to up this brightness just a touch. There you go. Now you can see that my beard's brown and not black. All right, okay. So, I have a feeling when I whisper to RoboZerf and say hi, he's going to end the poll. Poll is ended. Let's get the results. The results are in. The option 2 has come up victorious. Crumple the paper and throw it away. The noise attracts Mr. Hennessy's attention. You've fallen into his trap that he had placed face down in the graveyard. He begins walking down the aisle, and your heart begins to race. He looks you squarely in the eyes. The smell of cologne is so overpowering it could kill you all by itself. You cough. Swing and a miss. He says, can't you use that scrap of paper for something else before you throw it away? Protect our natural resources. You breathe a sigh of relief. You just barely got away with it. Dewey defeats Truman. All right, so you have a vote here. Number 1 is continue down the vertical path, the path of least resistance towards the end of the stage. Option 2 is to try this optional side quest that is a physical feat of some kind. I don't know what type, though. I mean, it could be something good. It could be something bad. It could be something that helps us up our stats. It could be something that if you fail, lowers your stats. It could be all sorts of stuff. It's an interesting time to be alive as Zerfina. All kinds of branching paths to follow. So as I said, number 1 is story is main story. Number 2 is side quest. It looks like not many people are voting, but that's a lie. There was a bunch of off-screen voters, and the winner with 3 of the votes is option 2. We're gonna do the side quest. You need eyeglasses. The first day you wear them to school, everyone calls you Four Eyes. Your parents refuse to let you get contact lenses. How do we feel? Girls are the best. That's correct. How do we feel? Do we feel, number 1, hurt, or number 2, self-conscious? If you are new to the viewing experience, say 1 in chat if you wish to vote for hurt as our feeling. Say 2 if you feel self-conscious. Don't forget to vote. But don't vote often because you can only get 1 vote in. The bot will ignore you if you try to do anything else. Also, if you so choose, you could whisper your vote to RoboZerf. And he will keep your vote secret and keep it safe. But not safe from my prying eyes. I'll know what you did last summer. Let's view the results. The results are in. The winner is option 2. We're a little self-conscious about this. So how are we going to handle it, though? Option 1, are we going to refuse to wear the glasses? Or option 2, are we going to wear the glasses and tolerate the names, building up a bit of a thick skin? I mean, there doesn't seem to be any good option here. Like, there should be, how do you feel? We feel confident, and we wear our glasses with pride. And soon, everyone wishes they had glasses. You know, it could have happened. More and more people wear glasses these days, and it's less and less a stigma. But I guess back in the day, kid with glasses used to be made fun of. There were some people trying to rock the vote here. But unfortunately, it didn't work for them. The winner is option 2 with 4 votes. Your social status suggests that you will eventually get the support you need from your friends to overcome your self-consciousness. There you go. So, we have a good social circle. We didn't, oh man, look at all these branching paths. We're going to have to make some choices up ahead. Yes, we passed the stat check, and we can see. So we're not going to end up tripping up and looking like a fool. One of the most popular kids at school offers to trade you her personally autographed album of Willie Powerlips Esula. I've never said that name before. And the Romancers for your new knapsack, which was a birthday present from your folks. So, how do you feel? Number 1, ambivalent, but leaning towards not doing it. Number 2, ambivalent, but leaning towards doing it. Or number 3, sold on the idea. So far, folks seem to be leaning a little bit more away from it, but, you know, nobody... Albums are today, knapsacks are forever. That might be some pretty good life advice. There is no option to outright reject. Although, there is an option once you've made your mood known. Although if you're sold on the idea, I suspect it will not let you reject the idea outright. Poll has ended. The results are in. Option 1 with 3 of the votes. Leaning towards not doing it. So, folks, how are we going to do it? We're leaning towards not doing it. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. There's supposed to be 3 options. Crap. Don't vote. Restart my program. All right. I read that wrong. Like, the second option was only 2. So, we are... RoboZerf is back in chat. 1, 2, or 3. I say you take 12. 1, reject the idea outright. 2, encourage the discussion. Rules of acquisition, never accept the first offer. 3, just outright make the trade. There's a little bit of votes going around all over the place. But we'll see how chat decides to handle the situation. I mean, encouraging the discussion, you know, maybe we can get a better offer here. But you know what? Where did she get this autographed copy anyways? Is it even real? Does she have the certificate of origin? We're going to go with rejecting the idea outright with 3 votes. Although the idea is tempting, you wisely refuse. Willie is rapidly losing popularity, and rumor has it, that the Romancers are all pursuing solo interests. Never say no without a number. All right, so we're going to have to decide if we're going to go down any of these side paths soon enough. Your mother has given you permission to have a party. You know, you're a kid. You want a cookie? You want a potty. Your mother has given you permission to have a party. You want to invite most of the kids from your class. There is one kid that you have second thoughts about inviting. Her name is Louise Feeback. Feeback? All of the kids call her Louise Feedbag because she's very fat. That's kind of mean, kids. How are we going to handle this? You mentioned to your group of friends that you are thinking about inviting her. They make faces and pig noises. Some of them say that if you invite the bag, they will stay home. How are we feeling about this? Are we ambivalent and have mixed feelings? Pressured by our peers to give in? Are we angry? What type of person is Zerfina? My Mikado Yuri knows how I would want my daughter to act. But as a little girl, that's a tall order when all your friends. Now, you never know. Maybe the fat girl is going to turn into the hot chick in high school. And you never know how you're going to feel about girls when you get older. Do you know what? There's a lot of hidden votes happening too. And so far, I think I'm proud of chat. Guys, done good. We mad. I have a feeling I know how chat's going to act to this one. Hey, you never know how things are going to turn out here. So, how are people going to vote? Are we going to invite her? Or are we going to do not invite her but be angry? Oh, shoot. It is Yuki, not Yuri. Dang, son. Sorry, I shouldn't have tried to read a whole name. I'm bad enough with names. All right, let's see the results. With 4 of the votes, we're going to invite her angrily. You call the kids who don't want her there a bunch of jerks and threaten to throw out anyone who makes fun of Louise at your party. You have shown courage and tolerance for individual differences. This has made you stronger, faster, and better. The best possible outcome. But what happens at the party? Are they going to tell us? Louise is completely overjoyed. This is the first time she's felt like part of the group. Some of your friends do stay home that night and refuse to speak with you at school. Louise's mother calls you up and thanks you for being so generous. Louise's mother also happens to be extremely rich. On your next school vacation, she flies you and Louise to Hawaii for a week to stay with relatives there. Aloha! Dang, son! Yeah, shamalama ding dong. Turns out she's just got a lot of money to spend on food. Well done, chat. Best possible outcome. All right. So, number 1 is always straight and narrow, like a number 1, following the middle path. And number 2 is to the left, and number 3 is to the right. Do you know what? Actually, we're just going to do follow the main story or go down the left-hand path. We'll start with that because maybe you guys want to do both. Maybe you don't. I don't know. So, 1 is going up to that middle heart. 2 is following this left tree. And so far, people seem to be wanting to take the path less traveled. Or more traveled. I bet you more people do the side quest than don't. But we're looking to get smarter, it seems. Yeah, we got to get our brain bumps on, you know? Slow down and smell the roses. That might work too. Get wicked smart. The poll has ended. The results are in. Winner's option 2. I believe this is a social one. Look at all those faces. They're probably playing a little bit of Uno or Skip-Bo. What a great soundtrack. Billy Harper is the cutest guy in your class. Oh, tense. You have been giving each other the eye for about 2 weeks now. You were all set to talk to him when your best friend, who happens to have nicer clothes and is prettier than you, what? We were the prettiest kid in the ward. Oh, well. Confesses that she cannot sleep at night because of him. Ooh, what type of friend are we? We're probably more like 11 now. Some time has passed. She asks your advice about the best way to meet him, unaware that you, too, are smitten by him. How are we going to react in such a situation? Our life is turning into a romantic comedy, yes. Tell her to get him to stop kicking her. Okay, the polls start with 3. Are we going to be 1, jealous, 2, frank about our feelings, or 3, sympathetic? Let's be frank. And then Zerfina says, stop calling me Frank. Jeez. I mean, frank about our feelings and sympathetic are 2 pretty good options. Being jealous, I don't know that that's the Zerfina way. Let's not turn this into a romantic comedy. Tweens before peens. That's true. Friends to the end. Although it hasn't told us how good of a friend this is. She's our best friend, but is she our best friend of the week? Gals before bros. That doesn't rhyme. But the results are in, and there's a tie. Beep, 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 ping pong. We're going to be sympathetic. So, how are we going to be sympathetic, though? Are we going to sympathetically? Gals before bang pals. There you go. That rhymes. That's a little early in our life for that. I hope. Are we going to give her advice, number 1, or admit that you like him too, number 2? I mean, you can sympathetically say that. Oh, you're whispering to me. You have to whisper to Zerfbot, but don't worry. Don't worry about it. So, if you're going to whisper your vote, the best thing to do is to whisper RoboZerf, not me directly. Although, I did pass your vote along for him, so he should have gotten your vote. Let's see the results. The winner is option 2, with 3 of the votes. Admit that you like him. I'm so sympathetic because I'm feeling the exact same thing. Your sympathy is much appreciated, but it also presents a dilemma for you and your friend. Hopefully she is sympathetic as well. Be on the same wavelength here. All right. How are we going to handle this situation? We have 2 options. For rock, paper, scissors, Bobo suggests. Are we going to agree that you can both try to meet him, or agree not to interfere with your friend's bid for his attention? The votes are now open. Polls are open. Are we going to agree that... Is it going to be, may the best the lady win? Or is it going to be, have your crack at him, and if you fail, I'll be there to pick up the pieces? You cannot decide, little Zerfina's heart. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but you are little Zerfina, Bobo. You are little Zerfina. You're a little bit of conscious in her head, helping her make the decisions. Oh, man. You're a man on the outside, Bobo, but deep down inside, everybody's a little Zerfina. Let's get the results of this one. Let's see what happened. The winner is option 1. Agree that we can both try to meet him. We're not going to date him. We're just going to have a meeting. This doesn't sit comfortably with either you or your friend. You both decide that your friendship is more important than a date with Billy. There you go. Gals before bang pals, it seems to be, dear reader. Oh, your sister wouldn't be having that dilemma. All right. So now that we've overcome this social problem, we got the friendship ending. Oh, yeah. And now, who founded the American Federation of Labor? Hopefully most of chat is American. Because guess what? I don't know this answer. Poll start 3. Good luck. And this is dumb because our intelligence is at a certain level. And I've never even heard of gompers. Tell you what, though. We would have called them grompers in high school. Because of the way he gromps around. Google's heard of him, eh, Bobo? You know what? Maybe that is part of your intelligence score. You're smart enough to cheat when a test lets you. Ah, and you remember from American history. Let's see the results. Chat has all voted for 2. Let's continue. You are correct. Who was the first vice president of the United States? Was it 1, John Tyler, 2, John Adams, or 3, George Clinton? George Clinton was famous for playing a fife. A baritone fife. So far, people think it's 2 again. Merca, heck yeah. Once again, I'm flabbergasted by this, which is kind of dumb because this game was released in more than just America, but they didn't tailor the questions to the country that they were releasing them in, which wouldn't have been too hard to do back in the day. You know, just they could have even kept the answers the same, but they chose not to. The winner is option 2 with 2 votes. John Adams. You are correct. One more question is coming up. Who was the first ruler to consolidate the Slavic tribes? This is an American history. Was it Pyotr, Rurik, or Lenin? There aren't vice prime ministers, Bobo. So the question would be, are you talking about the person that is second in command of the party in charge? Or are you talking about the opposition? Because, I mean, they're maybe the second most powerful depending on how the votes turned out. All right. The results are in. People are saying we should vote 2 Rurik. You are correct. Apparently always voting B is better than always voting C. Oh no, there's more questions. Which of these scientists is credited with the discovery of oxygen? And the answer is the first creature to choose to breathe oxygen. Is it 1, Davis, 2, Shepard, or 3, Priestley? Ah, people are on point, voting very quickly on this one. Although people seem to be bowing out of the vote if they're not quite sure. Chemistry, don't fail me now. Yeah, there could be coalitions. Yeah, it's true. Or it is a little more complicated. All right, Wikipedia is loading too slowly. Option 3 with 1 of the votes. Makato, this is all on you. You are correct. You have saved the day. Who wrote The Great Gatsby? Was it J. Joyce, R. F. Fitzgerald, or W. Faulkner? Oh, Bobo's got this one too. Voting in secret, but I won't say where and how this time. Oh, you're going to put it all out on the line. Geez, maybe I looked down at the wrong time. I thought it was a whisper, but it was not. I'm a fool. Oh, you had to read it this year. Well, should be quite handily got the answer to this one then if 2 people are very confident in it. Let's give a little whisper to RoboZerf here. Kick him in the butt and get him to end the poll. Check the results. The results are in. The winner is option 2 with 2 votes. F.S. Fitzgerald. You are correct. Hey. Now, it didn't say anything, but I feel like if we go and look at our stats. Zerfina, age 9, occupation none, status single, because we're more important. We feel more importantly about friends than anything else. Calmness is 52. That's up from 40, which is pretty good. Confidence is 97. We're still a very confident person. Our expressiveness. She listened to the nerds in her head. You were absolutely right. We are less gentle than ever at 24. Our familial ties aren't doing that bad. Our happiness is 93. Our intelligence, way up there at 95. We got that boost. That nerdy boost. Our physical is still 60, which isn't too bad. Our social is high. Thoughtfulness is high. Trustworthiness has gone up. We are no longer untrustworthy, although we were doing some pretty sneaky stuff earlier on. And of course, we have no vocation yet. All right. The last part of your side quest is beginning. And it is a heart. Ooh. This episode contains a subject of a sexual nature. Hit run, stop, exit now. Don't worry, folks. This is probably going to be teen rated still. You are alone in the house. While you are exploring the drawers, you notice a Playgirl magazine underneath a pile of clothes. Interesting. How does chat feel about this? Is little Zerfina interested or uninterested? Whoa, Jax or Zerf. It's a Playgirl magazine. Interesting. They're not willing to leave it as a Playboy. And who knows whose magazine it is. Psh, let's face it, nobody has magazines anymore. They're going out of business. I think actually one of them, I thought I remembered reading an article where one of them had chosen to actually just be articles now because nobody is buying it for the other reasons to get the magazine. I thought it was Playboy too. I don't think it's Hustler. Hustler is a little bit too hustly. The internet has killed the magazines. Sexy pose.
What, like this?
The winner is option 1 with 3 of the votes. And that vote actually wasn't very split. And how are you going to play out this interest you have? I have a feeling the game will mock you if you choose one of these two options. Because it's not very interesting to put away the thing that interests you. Yep, 9 or 10. Curious. Makes sense. If you found something like that at that age, you're still going to flip through a couple pages probably. Did you grow up fast? Oh, so many secret votes. Actually, this is probably the best part of the secret votes, is that for things like this, people can be quiet about how things will go. Let's check the results. The winner, with 4 votes, 3 of them secret. Examine the magazine. The middle page folds out to show a man in a cowboy hat and boots, with nothing else on. You try to turn the page, but you just can't believe what's there. Your eyes are frozen on one spot in particular. How does this make you feel? Yes, you do still get to see how they play out. It's pretty cool. So, let's get a poll started here for 3 options. Are you 1, aroused, 2, confused, or 3, uninterested? This could have a very large impact on Zerfina's future options. You're an unashamed pervert, but not that unashamed. Future options. Yeah, that's true. The game probably won't let you get too curious about things. Although, I don't know. I haven't played the female version in college. All right. I feel that RoboZerf is probably ready. Oh, so it's going to be virgin ground for both of us. Let's look at the results. The winner is option 1 with 3 of the votes. There was a little bit of diversity in this vote, though. Your curiosity stimulates some early sexual fantasies. At this point in life, unless you are extremely precocious, you don't have all the facts about sex. You're finding out fast, though. How are we going to deal with the centerfold? Because we might get caught. Or we might not be. We're going to 1, take out the centerfold and keep it. Or 2, leave it alone. If only you had gone through with that game of Doctor, you'd know a little bit more about what's going on. Yes, it's true. Your parents might realize at an early age and give you the talk. All kinds of things could happen here. It's an interesting stage in Zerfina's life. Sexy pose. What, like this?
What, like this?
Make it as awkward as Jaxter's for possible by stealing her centerfolds. Let's get the results here. And it looks like option 1 with 3 of the votes. Take out the centerfold and keep it. The centerfold guide continues to intrigue you. Every once in a while you have a sexy dream. with him as the star. All right, folks, we're back to another branching path. Number 1, straight down the middle, towards the heart. Number 2, we're going to have a little social side quest as to what's going on here. And while you're voting, I'm just going to sneak up here and see how much is left in this. Oh, there's still quite a bit going on. So like I said, number 1, we're heading up to the heart. Number 2, we're going to the side quest. And one thing to remember is if you spend too much time on the side quests, you don't get to the end of the chapter because you get too old for that shit. Although the game doesn't really make that clear to you at first. The poll has ended. The results are in. And we are going to go on the side quest. Although not everybody chose to vote that way. Mrs. Mulberry, your teacher, we have so many teachers, has asked you to be her special assistant for the school bake sale. Already your friends are whispering that you are a teacher's pet. Behind your back. How are you going to act to this betrayal of your friends? We're going to be snotty about it. That's number 1. We're going to be number 2, embarrassed but compliant. Or number 3, flattered by the petness that our teacher is showing us. All kinds of things could happen here. I don't think all of these things work together, but you technically could be flattering. I'm flattered, but I'm not going to do anything like that. It's possible, but I don't think that they would actually let you do that. Well, the poll has ended. People didn't feel too strongly about this one. And option 3, flattered, takes the day. So, new poll starts up here. Yeah, you looked away and you missed the context. That's what happens. People are calling us teacher's pet. Behind our back because the teachers asked us to be her assistant for the bake sale. You are now caught up, Bobo. We are feeling flattered, but how will we react? Will we say, in a flattered sense, I'm not going to do anything like that? That's number 1. Number 2, say, yes, ma'am. Number 3, say, I would be happy to help you. We got quite a split vote this time. People are all over the board. Baking is a rad skill. These girls don't know what they're missing. Yeah, fair enough. It's true. Baking is a pretty good skill. The poll has ended. The results are in. And number 3 with 2 votes. But I will say there were votes for every one of the options this time. Zerfina really didn't know how she felt about this. I would be happy to help. So we're not being super compliant. We're saying, I'll help you. Your friends snicker and call you brown nose. Teacher's pet. They refuse to eat lunch with you. Your social standing drops considerably. But don't worry. You're still friends with Louise. Yes, Drill Sergeant, I would be happy to help you. You are in the house, bored, with absolutely nothing to do. That's the wrong emphasis. I should have said with absolutely nothing to do. Your mother keeps telling you, read a book. You look over at the telephone and wonder, how many children in town, in this state, in this country, in this whole world, are bored at this very second? Why not try to make a few friends? Zerfina in the house. Are we going to be inquisitive or apprehensive? How do we feel about telephones? Mikado's apprehensive about phones. Is it a random dialing? It sounds like we're just trying to find a new random friend out there. And you know what? I don't think star 69 has been created yet, and people can just get back at us. Who says it's going to be a sex line? It's a random number. It could just be some other kid down the road. It could be one of those psychic lines. Fortune for a quarter. I love quarters. There used to be one of those stupid crystal ball machines you put a quarter in at the bowling alley when I was in a bowling league back when I was a kid. Actually around Zerfina's age. And you put in a quarter and put your hand on it, and it gave you a fortune. Let's go ahead and check the results. Peep the results. Option 2 with 3 of the votes. Apprehensive. Although, once again, this vote was split. So, are we going to apprehensively dial the phone or leave the phone alone? I mean, you can apprehensively dial a phone. Are we going to use our lifeline and dial a friend? Find out soon enough. Ah, all the votes are coming out for this one. 8675309. Oh man, there's a lot of votes happening for this one. It looks like people decided they didn't like how vote chatted with the apprehensiveness, and they're trying to rock the vote. So, the results are in, and option 1 has won with 4 of the votes. Apprehensively dial the phone. Beep. The phone rings. Myung hai he up ter niwa. Ooh, that was a long distance call. This doesn't sound like a very worthwhile telephone call. Do you want to try again? Poll start 2. A Chinese communist, maybe. Or maybe it was just someone in Chinatown. It could have been a local number. I mean, if this is a rotary phone, it's a hard task to ask a young child to make a long distance call that bad. Because you gotta dial, it takes forever. It's dumb. Let's see, the poll is ended. The results, they are in. And the winner is option 1 with 3 of the votes. People are still looking to make phone calls. The phone, she rings. I'm sorry, the number you've reached is out of service or temporarily disconnected. Please check the number and try again. This is a recording. Ah, the famous line. That doesn't sound like a very worthwhile telephone call. Do you want to try again? What do? Do you want to keep dialing? Oh, people are into this dial. I mean, we can only run the phone bill up so much. I wonder how random this is, too. If it's just you have to go so long to get to a good call. Or if it's a situation where it's randomly generated and it could be any number, any time. I kind of want to see where this goes. He's not the only one. Zerfina's a budding jerky boy. That's a phone call, not warp speed. Let's take a look at the results. With 2 votes, less people are into it. We are voting to make another phone call. And we don't have dial-up yet, so we can't go on the internet. The phone rings once more. I'm sorry, the number you've reached is out of service. Temporary disconnected. This is a recording. This doesn't sound like a very good call. Do you want to try again? All right, chat. It's up to you. I could keep this up all night. We have the only phone in the world. There was finally time to make phone calls. Mikado is voting for adventure. Why can't I keep it up all night? I'm up all night to make phone calls. Ooh, the poll has ended. There is a tie. Beep, beep, beep. Ping pong. RoboZerf wants to keep going down this path. You know, chat could test me, but I feel like chat would eventually get bored with... Oh. Myung hai he up ter ni wa. Do you want to try again? This is pretty lame, I'm saying. This game should have had some more options here for these phone calls. So far, we've racked up at least 2 calls to this mysterious person. Mikado thinks we're calling the commies again. Oh. There's some pretty interesting votes going on here. Does it sound vaguely racist? It does. Although maybe it's just my pronunciation. Maybe it's actually how you say, who the fuck keeps calling me in Chinese. But look, even Mikado has given up on these phone calls. Let's get the results. So the first, well, you don't know. Maybe they get prank calls all the time because their number's so easy to type in randomly. Because humans are very poor at being random. So for the votes, yeah, their number is 1111111. For the votes for option 2, no, we won't keep calling. About 3 weeks later, your mother asked your father if he knows where these particular telephone calls came from. Because you are usually so trustworthy, aka haven't gotten caught much in the past, you are never discovered. 555 555 5555. That number's obviously fake. Too many fives, not random enough. While walking around in the store with your friend, you notice that she sneaks a small item into her purse. Much more easy to pickpocket as a young lady. Or shoplift. You ask her what she's doing, and she tells you how easy it is to shoplift, saying, "They never check girls." How do you feel, chat? Are you feeling honest or dishonest? And you may recall Uncle Grimm's advice that this game is pretty breachy. Although I feel like there should be like some sort of stat check. Are you very dexterous? Can you deftly hide items on your person without being caught? And also, there's times where they're like, "Oh yeah, you only live once. You probably should try things." I don't think breaking the law is going to be the time that they say that, but all kinds of things could happen. The poll has ended. Let's see the results. The winner is option 1 with 3 of the votes. We're going to feel honest. How are we going to act on our honesty? Are we going to urge her to put it back, refuse to stay with her, and let her figure it out on her own? Or steal something? Honestly. I mean, rules of acquisition. It's okay if you don't get caught. Ooh, people are looking to throw her under the bus. See what happens. I mean, screw thieves. Yeah, you know what? She made her bed, and she can lie in it. Her dishonest bed. Ooh, seems like a lot of people actually are not down with this lady's plans and want to let her take the fall. The results are in. We're going to refuse to stay with her. You get angry with her for jeopardizing you by stealing. Unfortunately, you haven't noticed that she has sneaked a tube of lipstick into your pocket. The manager sees it and accuses you of stealing and calls home. This is BS, game. We're trying to do the right thing here. Come on. Because you are so trustworthy, your mom believes that you were framed. Trustworthy. We have like a 53 points of trustworthiness. We're just past that halfway point. Jeez. Close call. One rule, though. Never return money you found. I found $40 in ATM once, and I brought it back. I brought it into the bank and left it there. Because I was like, you know what? I don't know who. Like, I was near a grocery. I work at a grocery store. I've seen the people in the grocery store. I'm like, you never know. That might have been someone that's down on their luck. It was in the machine. There was a camera and everything. Maybe they'd find him. No one ever came and said, hey, I left $40 here. And they ended up just putting it right in my account. I was for sure thinking that they were just going to pocket it if it turned out no one came back. But worked out in the end. I got both points. In the schoolyard. I'm such a great person. In the schoolyard, your friends are discussing something very secretively. You go over to see what's going on, and you hear one of them say something very strange. It has to do with the way you were made. Are we disgusted, skeptical, or unaffected by the facts of life? How do you think Zerfina would react? Remember, she's got a little bit of history in anatomy study. Although I do know full-grown adults that still would deny that their parents would ever do that. Hey, Arthresh. Welcome to the stream. I see you've picked up on how the voting works. If you so choose, you can also have secret votes. So, you'll see here... Oh, Mikado, you're just a little bit late for the poll. You'll see in the results here, it looked like only one person voted. However, the winner is option 3 with 3 votes. If you whisper to RoboZerf, you can keep your vote secret and keep it safe. Although, as Bobo knows, I may oust you sometimes if I think it's of comedic value. So, we have 3 options here. Deny that your parents would ever do that. Ask your mother for the real deal. Or do nothing. How's little Zerfina gonna handle this? Mikado always wears his vote on his sleeve. He wants you to know what the right answer is. Which is fair enough. But other people like to keep it secret and not influence other people's votes. Which I like because it's very, very much... Yeah, ask mom, she'll always situation. She's also a very strict mother. She might tell you that it's nothing to worry about until you're older. I haven't had to whisper to RoboZerf to kick his butt in a while here. There we go. Let's get the results. With 2 of the votes, option 2 wins. Ask your mother for the real story. Are we going to find out about the birds and the bees? And the real deal, Holyfield? About the ear bites? If you were truly unaffected, you wouldn't care enough to ask. You should examine your feelings more closely. That's dumb. Is he going to let us vote again? Nope. It just gives you the old... Learn life lessons, I guess, on your own. Yeah, sometimes the game lets you try again. It's getting less and less likely to do that. We might get passed up for a promotion if we toy with things like that in the future. Marcus Cripple and the Tube Heads are the most popular rock group with the kids your age. Personally, I don't understand it. It's all just noise. Anyone who likes them is in. If you don't like them, or their new hit song, I Love You, Blowtorch Eyes, you are a definite geek. Drew or nothing for Zerf. That's right. Dicker. Are we concerned with peer acceptance or unconcerned with peer acceptance? How does Zerfina feel about how her peers feel? So far, people are thinking that we're our own woman. What kind of title is I Love You, Blowtorch Eyes? It's kind of weird. Are they implying that they have fiery eyes or that their eyes are red colored? It is the type of title that a psychologist and old person would think that a punk band would have in the 80s. Let's go ahead and look at the results. The winner is option 2 with 6 votes. Ooh, very decisive. Nobody wanted to be concerned with our peers' acceptance. I have a feeling, with the way you voted, the slash goes in front of the W, Bobo. You're getting ahead of yourself, putting the cart before the horse. I have a feeling the chat is going to vote a certain way based on how they don't feel about their peers' acceptance. Why would you spend your whole allowance on something if you don't care? Although, maybe you do like the album, but you don't care about how your peers feel. Although I feel like the game would give us an old, oh, if you don't care, you probably wouldn't have done anything at all. Let's go ahead and check the results. Yeah, just torn all of it in 6 years if it still holds up. 2 with 5 of the votes. No, because we're not making the parents' choices. The parent has no influence on what you're doing. We don't know what they're going to blow their money on. And Pop will kill grunge. Yeah, Pop actually did win in the long run. I mean, it is the most popular music by definition, so. So, what if none of the cool people wants to dangle with you? That's a word. Hey guys, let's go dangle. You are your own person. You're your own lonely person. But you're probably a lot smarter than everyone else, too. Social sphere drops slightly, while intellectual sphere increases. But by definition, popular music is whatever the top 40 is. It's what people are voting for. They don't just pay off places to put things in the top 40. All right, folks. After this one, we're going to have a choice if we want to go to the left, and test our brain bumps out. But first, you just received $25 as a present. Your mother tells you can either put it in your own piggy bank or give it to her to hold for you. How trustworthy is Jacksaurus? Let's go ahead and start a poll up. Are we going to trust Mom? Or are we going to be suspicious behavioring her? It's hard to say. I mean, Mom's given us no reason not to trust her with our money. But who knows? It's kind of weird. Ooh. Chat is very divided by this. It may come down to RoboZerf, depending on how the poll goes. The poll has ended. The results are in. Beep, 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 ping pong. We're going to be trusting. All right, how trusting are we going to be? Are we going to be trusting and save it ourselves, or trusting and give up the money? Number one is give up the money. Mikado might have the right idea. Perhaps our mom has a plan to put it in a bank, a real bank, and get us some interest. Or the bank of Mom, where we double our money. It's hard to say. Although, realistically, I wouldn't double my kids' money just because they trusted me to hold it for them. But I might give them a little bit of something. Because kids are notoriously bad with their money. So part of the reward of your mom holding it is that you actually don't waste it on anything stupid. The poll has ended. The results are in. It looks like with 3 of the votes, we're going to give up the money in a trusting manner. You have no reason to doubt Mom's good sense. She places the money in a bank account for you. She could have just said, we're going to put it in a bank account. People would have been less suspicious then. All right, so, as always with these polls, number 1, straight up and down, we're going to follow the main story. Number 2, we're going to go down the side path. Ah, so she felt bad about spending her money. Mikado's down for the side path. It's up to chat, though. That was at 7. Wow, that's a ton of money for being 7 years old. Buy all the candy in the world. Also, just a note about this cursor that they've given us. It's kind of weird that it's gangster styles. Like, they drew the cursor the way that cursors are normally drawn, but they put it on the side. They flipped the bitch. The poll has ended. And with 3 of the votes, we're going to be going to the Brain Factory. I mean, it's good to hold on to your money. You never know when you're going to need it. You have just discovered that your best friend's boyfriend has pooled his life savings to buy her a pair of diamond earrings for her birthday. You know, she might not be your best friend after that, because diamonds are a girl's best friend. Yeah, for 10 years, that's amazing for a kid. Normally, you'd blow the money on something.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Ooh, we're being trapped forever by the evil doctor. Later that evening, she tells you she's thinking of dumping him because she's not sure they make a good couple. Ooh. Are we going to be concerned or unconcerned about this situation? Type 1 in chat for concerned, type 2 for not concerned. If you're new to the chat, you can also whisper to RoboZerf if you so wish to hide your vote from the other chatters. But don't whisper to Zerfall, because I don't care about your vote. I'm the dad here. Ooh. So far, chat's being a little bit split on this decision.
Oh, yeah.
Is it none of our business? I mean, it looks like based on the results, only one vote each. Nobody's voting right now. Ping pong. We're going to be concerned because of RoboZerf. All right, so you got three options now. Type 1 for tell her about the earrings. Type 2 for let her handle it herself. Type 3 for tell her boyfriend that she's planning to dump him. But she's not planning to. She's thinking about it. Are you really going to affect their relationship that much? Breaking your friend's trust and confidence that she's given you? Well, there's all kinds of concerns you could be. But you can concernfully let her handle it herself as well. Oh my. There's secret votes going on too. Who knows how this poll is going to end? It could go any way this way still. Any way at all. The poll has ended. His entire life savings as a capitalist. You're worried for him. Yes, he's not making good decisions. But it's a tie. Beep, beep, beep. Ping pong. We're going to tell her about the earrings. Sorry, folks. The little Jiminy Cricket that is RoboZerf is more concerned about our friend getting that paper. Or maybe that'll make her more concerned about it. She tells you she really wasn't thinking of dumping him. That she just didn't know whether or not he really loved her. Now she knows. She gets angry with you for spoiling the surprise. Psh, bish, you said you were going to dump him.
Destroy him, my robot.
We probably lost a little bit of our social sphere there. All right, so we're going to have a branching path here to choose from soon. Yeah, there's no way we had anything to gain there. The game probably was going to give us all bad endings. As a Ferengian disguise, you were worried. When you ask a group of friends what they are doing this Saturday, they begin behaving very strangely. It would seem they want to avoid telling you what they are doing. How do we feel about this? Are we 1, angry, 2, depressed, or 3, confused? And remember, depending on what you pick affects what you can choose later on.
Mission accomplished.
Are we going to accomplish the mission? What's going to happen? A surprise party does seem like an obvious twist. Maybe it's too obvious. This game was written by a pretty devious person. Ooh, a lot of secret votes happening. A lot of secret votes. The poll has ended. Let's look at the results. With option 3 has won. We are confused with 4 of the votes in on this. All right, so we got 3 more options. Are we going to confusedly demand what's going on? Option 1. Option 2, confusedly go home. Or option 3, confusedly find new friends. Put your vote in chat or in whisper right now to let your voice be heard. Oh, man, lots of votes coming in fast. And they're all over the place. Could be anything still. Anything at all. F these guys. You find new friends unintentionally while looking for your old friends. Well, the poll is winding down here. And any minute. There it goes. Let's go ahead and check the results. The winner is option 2 with 4 votes. Although there were several votes for option 3 as well. Finding new friends. We're just going to go home confused. At least we're not depressed. Are these the same friends who you go shopping with and you tell all your special secrets to? You sulk for a while, then the phone rings. Your friends had gone birthday shopping for you, and now they want to come over. They didn't let you down after all. They were just surprising you. Oh, guys, you gotta have more trust in your friends. What did they get us? We don't know. Yeah, you were a little too quick to judge. Let's check out our stats real quick before we go into this potentially deadly situation. We are Zerfina, 11 years old. No occupation, is still single. Our calmness is a 47. That's up from what it used to be. Our confidence is a 98. That our friends coming through for us probably gave that a boost. Our expressiveness is 80. We're pretty expressive. Our familial ties are 91. We have a gentleness of 22. We're a bit of a bully. Very happy child at 95. Very intellectual at 95. Still stuck at 60 for our physical stature. Our social ranking has taken a bit of a hit this episode. They got us the gift of friendship at the mall. That was it. So we're down to 66 in social. Very enlightened. Our thoughtfulness is 67. Our trustworthiness has gone up to 59. I step away from the mic and sneeze. And our vacation is obviously 50 because we don't have a job yet. And no acquisitions to be spoken of. All right. So, I wish that some of these things, the branching paths, would cut off if you make the wrong decisions in the middle part. A very aggressive girl from a tough crowd starts an argument with you and challenges you to a fight after school. Everyone whispers about the big fight. Looks like there'll be a lot of people watching. Ah, Zerfina crush, Zerfina smash. Is she going to live up to that manner? How do we feel about this? Are we 1, frightened, 2, tough, or 3, unaffected? We have a gentleness below 30. You don't want to do this. Yeah, you don't want to cross Zerfina with her low, low gentleness. People are looking to fight. They're looking to act tough or unaffected. Or too cool for fools, Zed Power thinks. Yes, it's a very, very... Oh, man. Not seen such a close vote in quite some time. With how many votes are in. Mortal Kombat. Beep, 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 ping pong. Robozer feels that we're going to be tough. All right. I mean, there's really only one result here if you're going to be tough. The game is going to make you pay for it if you make the wrong decision. Our physical stat is only 60, but that is better than average, which is 50. That's a D, I guess. Although I don't think this is a scale of pass and fail like it is with school. So here's the thing. As a dad, I don't want you to get into a fight. But if you do get into a fight, win. One piece of advice my dad gave me, which wasn't towards fighting, though. He was like, be smart. But if you're not smart, be safe. You got to give them both pieces of advice in the order that they should do them. Win, fight, conquer. The poll has ended. Don't start fights, finish them. There you go. See? Let's check out the results. With 5 of the votes, which was all of the votes, we're going to show up after school and act tough. The girl shoves you nard. It's right in the nards. You're a boy after all. The girl shoves you hard, knocking you off balance. She scratches you in the face and neck. She is much more used to this kind of thing than you are. Suddenly you see that she's left herself off balance. Ooh, we see our chance. Are we going to smack the bitch up or scratch her up? It's time to get physical. Let's get physical, but how are we going to do it? Is it a smack or a scratch? What type of nails? Use gun. Go for the finishing blow. Pow fisto. I don't know that Zerfina is the type of girl to have much of a claw thing. I mean, obviously she hasn't started shaving her legs yet. She's not that girly. An off-balance scratch doesn't seem like it would be extra successful. You think it would be ineffective? Well, the poll has ended. The results, they are in. With 6 votes, we're a smacker. Your hand smacks hard against the girl's cheek. She is startled and out of breath. She looks at you. Mission accomplished, indeed. She looks at you and at her friends and begins to cry. They walk her away from the fight. 1-hit KO. Way to go. You know what? I've never won that altercation in the boy version of this game because I always end up with too low of a physicality. All right. Option 2. Oh, wait, I'm mirrored in this thing. Okay. To the left is option 2. To the right is option 1. Make your vote. 2 is always the side quest. How much time is left in this? I'm still actually pretty impressed. Let's get smarter. Yeah, oh, look. Coming up down the pipe is a chance to get a job. That's what that ladder in a briefcase is. Because that's how everyone has their job. You know, you carry your ladder and your briefcase with you. Well, I mean, adolescence is a strange thing. It comes on quick. You also wear a suit. I mean, do you know what?
The Commodore 64 Family Pack is the best way I know to introduce your family to the world of the future.
That is the best way to introduce your family to the world of the future. 2 with 4 of the votes. We're going to the side quest. My great-grandfather used to work in a plastics. He owned a plastics facility of some kind, extruding plastic and whatnot. And he wore a suit to work every day in a 3-piece suit, took off his jacket, left on his vest, and put on a leather smock over it to keep it from getting ruined, and then went to work in the heat. Damn. I don't come from plastics money. He actually passed away at a relatively young age and didn't make it big. Your mom asked. You ask your mom if you can go to a party at the house of a friend whose parents are away for the weekend. She says no. Of course not. She never lets you do the least bit, anything that is the least bit fun. Dang, Jacksaurs. Learn to let your kid live a little sometimes. So, Polestar 3. 1, obedient. 2, defiant. 3, crafty. Ooh, and this is going to split the vote because, you know, people may want to just be crafty and talk to Papa Zerf. It might let you get away with getting there and get in trouble when you get back. There's a part of the Vulture clan that's big in the lumber industry. They know how to lay wood. Craftily stay home. This is the best possible plan. Okay, option 3 with 2 of the votes. We're going to be crafty. The future is craft beers. All right, so we're going to go anyway, craftily, stay home, craftily, or ask Dad, Papa Zerf, craftily. Hey, Katie Studios, thanks for the host, and welcome to the stream. If you want to vote, go ahead and put a 1, 2, or 3 in chat. You can also whisper it to RoboZerf, and they will give you a secret vote that way. And you know, we'll just give a little shout out to KD Studios here. I'm pretty sure I got this working with my other bot. It didn't work. Why didn't that work? Now I'm pissed off. Either way, shout him out. Thanks for the host. Check him out. He does all kinds of great videos as well, and he's definitely worth checking out. Let's get the results here. The winner is Ask Papa Zerf if we can go to the party. Maybe you'll neglect to tell him that there's no parents home. Papa Zerf says, half listening, sure, sweetheart. Have fun. Ooh, how do you react to this? You tricked your Papa Zerf. 10 out of 10 parenting. Sexy pose.
What, like this?
Too busy streaming and live streaming. I got a virtual kid over here I'm messing with. You go do whatever you're going to do. He's too busy recording King's Quest. So, how are you going to react? Are you going to go? Or are you going to have second thoughts? Number 1 is have second thoughts. Number 2 is go. Should you stay or should you go now? There's probably no good answer in this situation now. Let's go ahead and... The poll has ended. Check the results. Ooh, there was a tie between 1 and 2. Beep, beep, beep. Ping pong. RoboZerf is going to have second thoughts. And it looks like Lord Revan was the one that get the last minute vote in there and make that into a tie. I guess you feel a bit guilty about that kind of deception. Besides, it could have caused an argument between your mom and dad. You acted responsibly. All right. Well, let's work on our brains here. You're responsible except when you're not. The way most people are, actually. Ooh, it's time for a quiz. Who is the founder of modern chemistry? All right, here. Don't vote yet. I haven't started the poll. Now vote. 1, Louis Pasteur. 2, A. Lavoisier. Or 3, Madame Curie. 2.5. Haha, you fools. You're trying to rock the vote, but guess what? I craftily programmed it to ignore anything that isn't within the range or an integer. Although, do you know what I didn't do? If you put in a bad vote, it still adds you to the voted list and you don't get to vote again. I didn't realize that was the situation. The winner is option 2 with 2 of the votes. You are correct. So, what's the next question? Who is the founder of modern psychiatry? Who was the frontier psychiatrist? Was it 1, J. Brothers, 2, S. Freud, or C. Jung? Answer D. 1, 2, 3. That's too many numbers. Did it count your vote? Do you know what? It did not count your vote. It's rigged. A number counts. I could make this vote up to 123, so it counts that as a possible vote. Yes, he was pretty useless in the end. Where's my dang talk to RoboZerf? Get him to remember the polls. Okay, here we go. Everything is a penis, Freud. And that is his nickname. Actually, it reminds me of a joke. As we can look at the results here. 2 with 4 votes. Do you know what a Freudian slip is? You were correct. It is when you say one thing, but you mean your mother. Who was the first American in space? Was it Alan Shepard, Gus Grissom, or John Glenn? Place your votes now. It was you. A number from 1 to 3. One. Oh no. There's so many votes. We're all over the place. Jeez, the poll has ended. Let's look at the results. With 4 of the votes, Shepard was the winner. You are correct. There you go. See, they were getting crafty there. They were trying to trick you by having too many options. All right, who was the inventor of the telegraph? Was it S. Morris? Was it Marconi? Or was it Franklin? Yeah, see, there's too many firsts in space. That's the problem. Yeah, technically we are all in space. We're just on a giant spaceship called Earth, flying around together. Well, people are mainly voting for 1, it seems here. I mean, he does have a code that's used in the telegraph. The poll. She has ended. And you are correct. Good job, chat. It's easy. Just remember the code. Who was the Austrian-born founder of the Ethical Culture Society? Ah, see, they're not making this easy for you. Is it Alder? Is it Wundt? Or is it Teichler? Teichler? I don't know how to say that name. Yes, that is a pretty inquisitive question. Who and what? Nobody knows. I bet you this is one they're expecting you to get wrong. Although maybe it is an important thing. I don't know. Wiki, 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 wild, wild internet will give you the answer. The poll has ended. Let's check the results. Oh, look. Everyone voted for 1. You are correct. Who takes over as president if both the president and the vice president die? And actually, Jack Soares and I were talking about this the other day. And guess what? We don't know the answer and we didn't look it up. Paul Ryan. Can you guys figure this one out without checking? It depends on if you're American or not. Katie Studios thinks it's the Secretary of Defense. I think people are all over the board here, though. I know in Canada, it's actually pretty easy because the party just would elect a new main minister because all the ministers are equal. There's just one that's a little more equal than the rest. It's the vice president. And if he falls, it's the vice president. All right, the poll is in. Let's check the results. With 5 votes, although there were votes all over the place, we're going to go with Speaker of the House. You are correct. Good job, Zerfina. You come through. What if it's new times and you need a leader now? I don't know that Canada has nukes, so we don't have that problem. All right, time for some family times with the crest of the Zerfalls. We do. Well, I mean, if you put them here, do we have nukes and the code? Or do you guys just have them there and we're just like, well, might as well have them closer to the Russians just in case. In the last U.S. election, you got 4 votes. You're only 17. You have just seen a fascinating movie about horses. They look so incredibly neat. Imagine just climbing on top and riding around all day long. You could learn to jump and join competitions and shows. Or you could just take care of it and be its friend. Is Zerfina going to turn into a horse lady? How do we feel about horsies? Nenes. Are we going to watch them whip? Or are we going to watch them nene? 1 is excited, 2 is neutral, 3 is depressed. Oh, does our passion for horses just make us so sad that they're not there? Are you depressed and you know you'll never get a horse? Are you depressed and you drop hints? Are you neutral and you drop hints? The funny thing is there's no neutral and not care about horses. Zerfina likes horses. But how do you feel about it? There's no way to not like horses. Here's a fact. The poll has ended. Let's get the results. The winner is option 2 with 4 of the votes. We're neutral. How are we going to revel in our neutrality? Are we going to know we'll never get a horse? We ain't got no money. Are we going to drop hints neutrally about getting horses? Are we going to beg for a horse in a neutral manner? Some of these options don't make sense. Oh, you can't ask for results. That's owner only. Nice try, though. You're the first person, actually, to try and sneak out some results early. But the poll has ended, and it's time for the results. The winner is option 3, with 4 votes. At least we're not depressed about it. But surprise, your parents got you a horse anyways. But when they see how neutral you are about it, they take it away. Send it to the glue factory. I guess dreaming about a horse is better than nothing at all. That's the game's way of calling you lame, by the way. But you know what? You saved Papa Zerf and Jack Sawers a lot of money. The latest craze is wearing a dog collar around your neck with a t-shirt proclaiming your dog name. Now, the way you get this dog name is never mind. You have just spent $5 on a shirt that says Fifi Rex, the Mad Mongrel. We're into punk, apparently. You have borrowed one of your dog's collars. On your way out of the house, your mother says, "Do you think you're going out to school in that ridiculous get-up?" And let's go ahead. And you know what? I think that for some reason, a lot of the old chat things are broken. They're ones that aren't RoboZerf ones. Although I think Bobo should still be able to change the game, even though it's already the right game. Here we go. Continue. We need 2 options. Are we going to be attentive or inattentive to our mother? Remember the 10 Commandments, folks. I don't think, Mom. I know. Nice. It's classic. And then Mom comes back with, "You're right. You don't think. That's your problem." Hey, there you go. Alter ego female. How did this become a thing with dog collars? Well, you know, kids, no matter how smart they are, they dumb. The poll has ended.
You're pretty
Thanks
good.
for the follow. You're pretty good. Adrian Gamer 6. The results are in. With 3 votes, we're going to be attentive. How are we going to be attentive? We're going to be attentive by walking back to her room and putting on regular clothes, or walking out of the house quickly and making believe you don't hear her. I think there's only one option that's going to work here. Yes. It's another one of those things that, like blowtorch eyes, old psychologists thought kids would think is cool. Some people are still trying to walk out of the house despite the fact that we're being attentive. Does that show what type of jerk we truly are? F that, Mom. We heard you, and we don't care. I'll have to see how this poll plays out. A few secret votes going on. And if you are new to the stream, you can secret vote, if you wish, by whispering to RoboZerf instead of saying it out loud. It's a way to trick people into doing what they're going to do. Walk out with your collar on, making intense eye contact with Jax the whole way. Option 1 won with 4 of the votes. Once you are back there, you can. Oh, this might be the situation where you wear just 1 red sock. You can put on regular clothes and hide the old ones to change into later at school, or change the outfit and forget about it. Forget about it. What are you going to do, chat? What are you going to do? I mean, option 1's the way to be rebellious without getting caught, I guess. But is Jaxor's the type to check your knapsack on the way out the door? It is a pretty stupid trend. I wish that was an option too. Realize how dumb this trend is and just go to school. Wear your all your clothes inside out to show disappointment. That's a good option too. Or just put them on backwards and be like crisscross and make them jump. Jump. The poll has ended and the results are in. Option 1 has won with 3 of the votes. Go back to sleep and forget about school. As you walk out the door, this time your mother says, "That's better, dear. Sometimes, I don't know what gets into that head of yours." Later that day, the principal calls all the parents of children who have worn Dogmania outfits to school. That principal's a narc. When your mother is called, she says that she is sure the principal is mistaken and asks if there's a possibility that there could be 2. He asks if there's a possibility there could be 2 Fifi Rex, the Mad Mongrel t-shirt wearers in the neighborhood. Your mother is mortified. Trustworthiness goes down. Social circle goes up. You are forced to eat your meals from a special dog dish with your dog name written on it for the next 3 days. I gotta admit, that's pretty good punishment.
Mission accomplished.
That's pretty good punishment. I like it. All right. I'll put that one down in the old book up here. If my kid ever goes to school dressed as Fifi Rex. Yes. Mama Jaxors made her get wrecked. It's springtime, and love is in the air. Or is that just teen spirit? You have been thinking about Rob Nielsen night and day, and have finally mustered the courage to write him a secret admirer note. Rob is every girl's dream. He's almost 13, has big blue eyes, and is captain of the soccer team. He likes to play footy. Continue here. How do we feel? Now remember, Zerfina, according to her stats, is pretty confident. We are probably 12, Bobo. We might be 13 ourselves, but we are probably 12. Choose 1 to be confident and 2 to be hesitant or ambivalent. It's funny because they're giving you only 2 options here where they're like, can you confidently throw the note away? Maybe you can. As Lord Revan is indicating. Rod thinks perhaps you should do 1.9. We're very confident, but we're confident by hesitant standards. It's sort of a scale of confidence and hesitantness. You know what? There's a lot of votes in though, but only for really one of the options. It is the Brits that came up with the word soccer. You're absolutely right. And then they make fun. If they never made it up, we wouldn't use it over on this side of the pond. Let's start the poll. Or not start the poll. Let's check the results. Jeez, I could have messed that up. The winner with 4 votes is option 1. So, how confident is Zerfina? How are you guys going to react? Are you going to throw the note away? Option 1. Option 2. Give the note to his friend to deliver. Option 3, write it directly in his book. Or option 4, walk right up to him, just be like, boom, balls of steel. Bobo, don't make your vote not count. You got your whisper in the wrong spot. Oh, you didn't make it in, but I don't think it matters. The results are in, and with 4, possibly 5 votes, we're going to just walk right up and give it to him. But maybe he's thrown off by a confident girl. I like your styles, the game says, although it forgot the Z. According to your status sheet, your social skills are strong. Rob is flattered, but regrets to inform you that you are simply not his type. How do you feel about this? All right, guys. How confident are we really? The omniscient narrator likes us. Are we no biggie or are we crushed? And we're saying this to him. So when we say no biggie, he might become our type. We might become his type. Oh, hard to get. We're like, what's up? What's up? You want a date? No? Psh, I don't care. It's just something to do. And it looks like chat. Hey there, Mulaney Blackheart. Welcome to the stream. You are new here, so I will let you know. As we have these polls, you can vote in chat by saying 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever it is. In this case, option 1, no biggie 1, with 5 of the votes. And you can also whisper your answer to RoboZerf, and he will secretly tuck your vote away into the vote machine, and your vote will still count without telling everybody what it is. I thought so. There are plenty of fish in the sea. At least, you gave it your best shot. Right now, Rob's idea of a good time is spending all afternoon kicking a soccer ball at a funny-looking net. Puberty will change that. Just be patient. All right. We're getting pretty close to the end of this part of Zerfina's life. For those of you who didn't watch the first episode of this, as just a small reminder, Zerfina is my virtual child here, my Tamagotchi of a daughter. And chat is playing as all the voices in her head making her decisions. The reason for this is my wife is pregnant and I'm going to be having a daughter, and I need a little bit of practice trying to guide people on the right path through life. Her 19 voices. It's true. She's getting more and more schizophrenic by the day. You are relaxing in your room one day when you notice a slight wet feeling in your pants and a small round stain between your legs. Oh, these are happening. When you check to see what's happening, you notice the stain is red and realize it's blood. How? Blood for the blood throne. How do we feel about this? Are we embarrassed, nervous, and or confused? Or are we calm? Little Zerfina's growing up, hitting puberty. And you know, both of these, a gun can't fix this. Both of these answers are pretty, you know, fair enough. Yeah, we're a very confident kid and everything, but, well, the birds and the bees, it's our time of the month for the first time. The gun can only make this worse. But you know what? No matter how confident you are as a person, if you suddenly have blood coming out of you, it's okay to be nervous and or confused. Let's go ahead and check the results here. And the winner is option 1 with 4 votes. People are embarrassed, nervous, and or confused. So how are we going to handle this? Are we going to call mom for some help or handle the situation ourselves? It's kind of a weird situation. Would you want to just handle this yourself? I hope that a child of mine would feel confident enough and want to talk to your parents about it if something this traumatic is happening. It's not necessarily traumatic, but like, even if you just cut yourself, if something happens, just come, we'll help you out. Don't worry about it. There's no reason to be concerned that we'll be upset about anything. Secret votes are in too. Oh, all the votes are in. Let's go ahead and get the results. Spontaneous bleeding is mildly traumatic. True enough. And the winner is option 1 with 5 of the votes. Call mom for some help. Do you think your mom has any idea about what's happening to you? Well, folks, do you think that mom would understand what's going on in the situation? Hey, it's a pretty clear-cut answer to me, but who knows? Maybe Zerfina feels like she's the only one in the world that's ever had this problem. Moms are weird. That's very true. And we never ended up having that sex talk with mom because we didn't care what the kids were talking about at school. And since we didn't care, why would you talk to mom even if you said to as your option? Thanks, game. I mean, it really depends on what district we live in, Bobo. Who knows where we are? The alter ego days. Let's check the results. And it looks like we think mom knows what's going on. What's going to happen? Jeez. Do you have any idea about what's happening to you? So, how does Zerfina feel? She is a little bit scared and confused. But does she know what's going on? You're role-playing here. So let's poll start 2. Number 1 is yes. Number 2 is no. We don't know what's going on. The game is trying to let you figure out for yourself what's going on and give you the talk itself, according to Bobo. This game is pretty preachy about stuff, but also the game checks your honesty. They're like, do you know what's going on? And then it might say, what's going on? And give you some options. Or it might go, do you know what's going on? And when you say yes, it checks your stats and says, yeah, actually, you're a very intellectual person. You've been doing well in school. You do know what's going on. Or it might say, hey, you're really ignorant. You don't know what's going on. Or just you haven't been paying much attention. We could be very enlightened. The poll has ended. Let's see. This game is all over the place with stuff, though. You're absolutely right about that. The results are in, and with 3 of the votes, so it was a quite split vote, we're going to say, yes, we do know what's going on. Mom takes you aside and explains that you have started menstruation. This is the beginning of a new time in a young woman's life. I wonder if this game has the chance for you to end up with a teen pregnancy. Could be. There are times when it will seem uncomfortable and distressing. It may even get downright painful and make you tense and irritable. Mom explains that as you get older, you will learn to adjust to it. For a time, you feel a curious mixture of sadness and joy at being grown up. Some people say that this is the beginning of womanhood. And that is scary too. Getting used to all the changes your body makes at this time of life is difficult. It's like walking into a house you've known for years and finding all the comfortable furniture has been replaced with new pieces. Also, the perverts are now interested in you. Well, I mean, there were perverts earlier on in the game too, and we definitely avoided them and were not given any rewards. Although we did get some guy arrested for being a perv. Yeah, OBO237. Bobo will never forget that license plate number. Sometimes you wish you could have a special friend that would know your secrets and not blab them all over town. Someone who wouldn't make fun or criticize. The idea strikes you that a diary might be just the thing for you. The Ebo files. Are we interested or not interested in this diary? Now, diary is or he still has it in a notepad file. A diary is not a bad idea for a young lady. I mean, if you're a guy, you might want to have a journal instead. It's like a diary, but more manly. Hashtag Jesus, no biomonster. And I don't see why. I mean, hashtag trouble can't touch Bellini. But I mean, it is a vulnerability. Someone might find the diary one day. Bobo, you're getting so bad at your whispers lately. Let's check the results. Peep the results. Option 1 with 3 votes. Luckily, Bobo's uncounted vote still counted, kind of. We're interested. And you know what? I'm not going to bother with the poll this time because there's only one option if you're interested, and that's starting to keep a diary. The game will just chastise us if we choose something else. What kinds of things would you like to write in your diary? Ooh. Here we think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 options. Biggest poll we've had yet. So, number 1, sexy things. Number 2, embarrassing things. Number 3, secrets. Number 4, a list of complaints about your parents. Number 5, secret list of school enemies. Or number 6, many or all of the above. Am I going to be a spy? I don't know. So far, people are all about a list of many things. Yeah, that means yes. Do you know what? It's hard to say because it depends on what you find where and at what time. Everything's in context. If your kid has been having lots of troubles, it's best to try to talk to them directly. But if they leave their diary out in the open and you're just a little bit worried and it's open to a page already, maybe you do glance at it. I don't know. Wow, actually, even with all the secret votes, even with all the secret votes in, everybody voted for many or all of the above. Would you keep it locked, knowing how Papa Zerf is acting? Bobo's going mad with ones. He definitely does not want to leave it unlocked. You know, I got a journal when I was younger, and it had one of those locks on it, and I was like, I wonder how hard it is. I wonder how hard it is to pick. And I managed to pick it with literally a pin. Like, not even like a hairpin where you had to do stuff. Which is like, click, open. I was like, oh, that doesn't mean anything now. People are definitely siding on the one here. Yeah, there's nobody voting for two. Girls are all over the place. And boys are very much, they focus on one thing at a time. It's very true at certain points in life. Yeah, don't trust Papa Zerf. Hashtag don't trust Papa Zerf. Let's check the results. Hey, and look, everyone voted for yes, keep it locked. Would you hide it? How do people feel about that? Do you need to go that far? But now you're keeping secrets so much. Why's it got to be hidden away? Jeez. Are you going to keep it secret, keep it safe? I mean, fair enough. Throw it under your pillow or under your mattress or something. Although, if you are my little princess, you'd be able to feel a diary under your mattress and not be able to sleep. Princess and the Pea, folks. It's a real life thing. Would you hire a team of security guards to protect it? You don't have any acquisitions to pay them with yet. So, the option 1, yes, is winning with 3 votes. We need to know what the options were. We're not writing our seats on a P. We have our dolls. You're absolutely right. We do have our $2 for being patient with our mother. Do you think you would be able to write in your little diary every day? Well, folks, do you think that Zerfina would be able to constantly write in her diary? And who knows? Maybe writing in the diary every day is going to give us better writing skills and we'll be able to become an author. It might open a future path. Or is someone going to find out something we wrote and a relationship tree be locked off, never to be accessed again? She'd write what all 16 voices in her head are saying. It might be what happens to her. The poll has ended. The diary will have a time lock. The option is 1 with 4 votes. Later, we'll use it to create our own choose our own adventure C64 game. It certainly seems as though you have the discipline needed to do something like this. You begin writing the diary. Not too long after, you notice a page is slightly rumpled, as if somebody has been reading it. Do you suspect? Is it Papa Zerf? Do you suspect a family member or suspect no one? The voting is open. Number 1 for hashtag don't trust Papa Zerf. Number 2 for hashtag trust Papa Zerf and also Jacksaurus. So far, I don't think we have a sibling at all. It doesn't seem that way anyways. Someone's been creeping. Or did you accidentally wrinkle it at some point in time and all of your mistrust is unfounded? It's hard to say. I would trust Papa Zerf. As Papa Zerf, I would trust Papa Zerf. But the poll has ended, and let's peep the results. With 3 votes, option 1. I will say, though, there's one good soul out there that trusts Papa Zerf. I won't say who it was, though. I won't betray the trust. Anyone in particular? Oh, we do have a brother and a sister? I've never heard them mentioned in this game before. But there are 4 options, and I think I know who we're not going to trust as chat. But my advice would be that, I don't know, Jaxor seems like she might be the type to do that too. It's always the brother, you say. Interesting. Yeah, the vote's all over the place here. And the one person who originally voted to not distrust Papa Zerf also voted to distrust Papa Zerf. I don't know how to feel about that. But the poll has ended. The results are in. And with 2 of the votes, it was very spread out. We're going to go with brother. You question your brother about the diary, and he snickers under his breath and says he didn't touch it. What are we going to do? Apparently we've caught him red-handed. We're going to tell on him or say nothing? I mean, we do have our sexy secrets in there, after all. Oh, he's eating candy. Clearly suspicious. He's got a Snickers. At least he's himself. I guess it's not red-handed. We've caught it in... Maybe we've caught him red-herringed. Our evidence is Crumples and snickering. And it's not Crumples, it's Rumples. There ain't no C in there. Let's check the results here. Option 2 wins with 2 of the votes. Not many people voted, but option 2 won. We're going to say nothing. You have just passed through childhood. We did too many side quests, and we're not...
Mission
Yes, mission
accomplished.
indeed. Too many side quests, and we did not partake in getting a job yet. Family life is progressing. You did very well, and I agree. Dad is still the greatest hero of all time. And Mom is pretty terrific, too. And Wit left. Physically, you are not very healthy. Be careful to avoid situations that could lead to illness. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Brother became an army captain. Socially, this can be an awkward phase in life, especially when you hit the ripe old age of 9 or 10. Should you like boys? Should you not like boys? Decisions. All in all, you are extremely lovable. You are well-mannered and respectful of adults. Your social skills are so good that I'll bet before long you'll be throwing classy parties and attracting all the right people. We're fierce like a tiger, though. Now, regarding your emotional and personality development. Your trustworthiness and sense of fair play are commendable. You are an honest child, but no tattletale either. The degree to which you display aggressive types of behavior is somewhat alarming, especially for a young lady. You can be nasty and spiteful at times. You are about to enter adolescence. It is a somewhat hectic time in life, full of surprises. There will be many high highs and many low lows. With each year, you will gain responsibility. You may also notice that people will begin to start forgiving you less for things that previously described as mere childhood habits. You will be expected to act like a lady and become helpful around the house. Sometimes you may become moody and teary with no reason at all. Yes, she is a bit of a tomboy, isn't she? Sister went to find new adventures. Oh, yes, there's the matter of boys. If you haven't noticed them much in this phase, I'm sure you will soon. They'll also be noticing you quite a bit. So we're going to display our status and have it ask us again. We'll be calling the stream very shortly once we do this. Let's look at our sphere. Zerfina, age 13, occupation none, status single. Our calmness has risen to a 38. Our confidence is 99. Boom, almost perfect. Our expressiveness is 84. Familial ties are 90. Drop down from 95 that it used to be. Our gentleness has risen to a 37. We're still aggressive, but not that aggressive. Happiness is a 95, which is great. Intelligence, 96. Physical, 49. I don't know what happened there. Social, 89. Thoughtfulness, 80. Trustworthiness, 64. We really brought that up. Commodore 64, the world of tomorrow. Our vacation is 50 because obviously I don't have a job yet. No acquisitions, cash, or debt. So, next time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Alter Ego is straight sys only for the most part. Let's go ahead and save a snapshot here. Zerfina Part 2. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to save that again because I'm going to tell myself what... Save snapshot. Zerfina Part 2 dash disk 1B, because I don't want to load the wrong disk. So next time we'll be going on to adolescence, and life will become much more interesting.